end with you. That's my whole
Right.
point.
And you know what you do, good guy? You're a grown adult. You either curse him out and move on from this particular from this particular discourse, or you call him out and tell him, "I'm the grown man. Let's have a discussion about
Invite them back here. How about that? Invite.
The
The
actual,
that's that
but,
good
but I
point.
got
Invite
a,
him
I got
back
a,
Brad.
I
here.
got a
Yeah.
different. Hold on, I got a different
Yeah.
strategy. I got a different strategy too. Don't talk to him. Cause
Or
see,
yeah,
the one thing that I know, and this is the hypocrisy in the majority of people in here. Y'all will say that this person is crazy. I don't know why they did this, and they said this, and they're so wrong. And Brash, you got to stop them, and this, that, and the other. And I'll say to you, do you realize that this person been doing this to you for a year, and you keep talking to him? So at some point, if you just, Discord has this feature. It's cool as hell. It's called block. And when you block a
mm-hmm.
motherfucker, you can't see nothing that they post, right?
Nothing they
And
post.
you can't hear nothing that they say. But you know what's funny? The issue actually lies with you because in some way, that good guy, you enjoy talking to Astro 87 because if you were to block him, I bet you
Respectfully.
let me finish talking. I bet you $1 to a donut that every time you see hidden message go across the Discord and that's him, you'll click that little button so you can just see what he said
Immediately.
and just see, oh man, he said that, and then you unblock him so you can talk to him again. So here's the thing: if you can't stop talking to that person that you find so vile and so racist, is the problem with you or is the problem with him? I think the problem's with Black Egypt. That's just my opinion. But there's also a room for Black Egypt. So if you want to talk about it in the general where everybody can see it, cool. If y'all can't do that responsibly, I'm gonna move all y'all little Egyptians into your own little pyramid, and I'll never see none of this shit. I can strike the word Egypt. That every time somebody try to type the word Egypt, you won't even be able to.
Brass, I was gonna ask that
So
this
hold
morning.
on. So that good guy, you know that you could block Astro 87, correct?
Yeah.
Why haven't you blocked him if he's so racist? Because you want to talk to him?
Listen, it's not about being.
But you just answer my question.
It's just about the messages that y'all allow. Now I'm gonna say allow because it should be going on for so long. Because
I ain't seen them pictures before today.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. This is ongoing from.
I have never seen those pictures before today. And once again, I am nobody's
You never
police.
seen him call us.
No, you said okay. I'm gonna tell you what I just said again so you can hear me. I said I didn't see those pictures before today. But when he's calling y'all buffoons and niggas and this, that, and the other, ask Ramses. I kicked him out for that. So if I'd have seen it, I saw it one time. He did the pictures, and not Astro posting pictures. Ramsey posted those pictures. And when Ramsey posted the pictures and he said it, I kicked him out respectfully.
Yeah, got him the fuck up out of here.
He's not in here because that was me that kicked him out. So
he
you can't say that we allow it. But when you saying nigga, saying nigga, and he say some shit back to you, you can't get. But no. But you can't get mad.
I didn't say nothing the first couple of times he called me before.
Okay,
I didn't say nothing.
Now we go back to the point. I challenge you. Block him. I challenge you. Just block him. You don't never got to see nothing he's supposed again. Just block him. That's the point of Discord, bro. Just block him.
Would the word buffoon be called like is that equal?
I don't know. Somehow
like I don't
know.
I don't care about that.
I don't care.
Hey Joey, can you answer the question that good guy?
Why you in here so early?
Well,
for me, Joey, maybe.
For some weird reason, I don't end up in these conflicting conversations. So I can answer the question, what is what? And
okay. So check this out.
I've done this. I did a presentation on a platform the other day, and I thought people were going to attack me for what I said. And I was shocked and agreed with me. So I don't know. It doesn't happen with me. It never happened to me. No one's ever done that to me before. And I don't know if I'm just lucky or maybe it's my attitude of trying to be humble and speak to people that causes me not to get cussed out. So I can't relate to somebody making a meme about me because it's never happened. So, to tell you so, it's never happened to me. so I can't relate.
Well, here goes my simple question for you, Joey. The simple question is, does someone speaking or giving a lecture at a college, is that someone, let me rephrase the question. There's a difference between teaching, being a professor, being a professor at a college, and giving a lecture at a college, right? So giving a lecture at a college, is that the standard that we're going by? Like, because you can give a lecture at a college and be talking total bullshit. So, like, just because you spoke at a college, does that mean that we're supposed to, you know, should we make a statue for you? I'm just saying, what's the standard here?
I could answer the question this way. If someone is
Mhm.
allowed to speak in a college in front of people who are college students, then clearly the
Mhm.
material has some academic or intellectual value to the professor who allowed them to lecture his class. That doesn't make you a professor. That doesn't necessarily technically make you a teacher, but it means that your
Mhm.
work has academic value to students, and the professor saw that and allows you to come and give them a lecture. It doesn't make you a professor.
You know,
but
Alex
it-
Jones. You know, Alex Jones has spoken at colleges before,
You
right?
got to mute when you're not talking, Joey.
and that means someone saw an academic or educational value in his work.
No, that's not the no. Y'all don't.
Yeah.
Did y'all hold on? Wait, wait. Now, did
You know,
anybody
Alex
who in here
Jones has spoken at
who in
colleges
here went to
before,
college
right?
besides me? Who in here went to college besides
I've gone to college. I've gone. I did not graduate, but I've at least gone.
me? Okay.
Like,
Then statements like they wouldn't have made it to a college. That's not how college
it's not
works.
true.
That's
Right.
not like a real thing. Given just because you was at a college or spoke at a college, they bring people in to speak at colleges all the damn time. Education is not like some kind of credibility thing. And once
I
at
just
first, when
said,
people kept saying Dr. Ben was a teacher at college, then I was like, I don't know how, because he wouldn't have been able to teach that stuff
he
in college.
wasn't.
But because I wouldn't make a you put forth the curriculum that has to then be approved, and it would not be approved because they wouldn't let you teach that shit unless you was teaching against it, teaching what people
Right.
not to do, or you was teaching it as a symbol. But you definitely wouldn't be teaching it as nothing academic. So it just having it doesn't your ideas don't get validated by your degree. There's other work. If we did that, and here's the argument, Joey. I was going to speak to that good guy, but he left. If y'all want to play the game of they taught at college, the person who created the bell curve taught at college.
That's what I'm
Charles
saying.
Murray and Morton with the skull measurements and shit. Having a degree doesn't like somehow.
Brad, before that good guy left,
You gotta mute out when people talking, bro. You gotta echo.
No brass. I said, if you're allowed,
I'm not talking to you, Joey.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like I'm not talking to you. I'm not saying it directly to you. I'm saying that good guy, but he left. They keep using this argument. Well, if they taught. When you just accept something at face value, or you ain't never been to college, you don't know what that means. It's the museum argument too. Well, it's in the museum. That sounds very smart to dumb people. Museums have exhibits. They have whole concepts of something they're trying to present. So if it's in the museum, that doesn't mean that it's academic. It doesn't. That's not how even a museum works. They're trying to sell tickets. If they're doing an exhibition on Afrocentrism and Black Man of the Nile makes it in there, or Benjamin makes it in there, we're not going to say that he's not cultural. Benjamin is definitely cultural. We won't say that he's not historical. He's definitely historical. He was a part of a time. He was a very important person at a time. I'm not even trying to strip him of that. But when I'm keeping it in its proper place, cultural, history, maybe politics, don't use the museum to make him academic. Don't use the doctor in front of his name that he doesn't have to make him academic. So I'm having an academic conversation. When y'all say that we're tearing them down, bro, do you know every time I still say they're cultural figures? They existed. What's the word supposed to be saying? What is it? You can't do history. You can't have history without them. Like, you can't remove them from history because they did something bad. They're there. They're historical figures. But in 2025, you got people claiming that that everything they did was 100% academic, and we know he made some shit up. And Frances Cress Welsing, she made a theory, but it just wasn't right. And so when we point out the thing that's not right, that's tearing down and the Coons and the Sambos and the Uncle Toms and all this other shit. And then you come in here with the argument of white people didn't tear down Einstein. They did. It's just his shit stood the test of time. I land my plane. And then once again, I didn't want to talk about Frances Cress Welsing. Kyle woke up wanting to talk about Frances Cress Welsing, and now we're 11 a.m. on a Sunday, still talking about Frances Cress Welsing. Wouldn't even. I don't know why we're still here. Y'all should go do shows. What the hell y'all keep talking to us about it for? Instead of telling us that what we're doing is wrong and damn near forcing us to talk about this shit every day, y'all motherfuckers go talk about that shit on y'all channels and on your Kyle, start a channel, make a show, and defend your people. Don't worry about what the fuck we're doing. We won't even be talking about this if y'all stop talking to us about
it. I'm gonna tell you something that pisses me off, Brass. I'm gonna tell you something that pisses me off. Check this out, right? I grew up on a cul-de-sac, right? I was related to all but two people who lived in that cul-de-sac, right? Everybody keeps talking about the Toms and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 right? My mom and dad were the youngest people who lived on that cul-de-sac, right? My grandparents stayed in that cul-de-sac. My aunt and uncle stayed in that cul-de-sac, and there were two other houses in that cul-de-sac, right? I was talking to my dad the other day. Now the other two houses, my aunt and uncle and my grandparents, they were all born in the same generation, right? You know, I was talking to my dad, not the other day, it was actually yesterday. You know, all the motherfuckers had a doctorate. I didn't know my I didn't know, like, I knew my grandfather was a dentist. That nigga wasn't just a dentist, he was a dental surgeon, right? Mm-hmm. The other motherfucker in one of the other people, Dr. Shanks, he was a doctor. I didn't know he wasn't just a doctor, he was a surgeon. So yeah, that the guy that, you know, he got whatever he has in medicine. But then there was another woman who owned a funeral home. You just thought she owned a funeral home. No, she had all kind of shit within like medicine. Before she owned the funeral home, she used to do shit to dead bodies, and she had a doctorate in that shit. And then my aunt was a teacher, so she had I'm not trying to hear this fucking niggas couldn't go to the library bullshit no more. I don't want to hear that shit no more. Nobody had a college education. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm tired of it, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of talking about Frances Cress Welsing. I'm sick of all the bullshit. Yeah, I am. Like, yeah, it is kind of time to move on. But if niggas want to keep talking about it, then y'all got to answer some serious fucking questions and quit bullshitting. Talking at a college don't mean a goddamn thing. Like, Brash, you brought up someone legitimate before that good guy left. I brought up the fact that fucking Alex Jones has spoken to colleges. So the fuck what? You gotta give him credit. That means he's credible. Like, what? I don't know, bro.
Logic, why are you talking like Yoda, nigga?
You know, Paul.
This nigga said, reported to Shay I did.
You know what I find?
This nigga sound like Yoda. What do you? Hold on, Joe. You try to sort something out real quick. Logic, what was you trying to say?
No, I was asking which stream was it that got reported?
So that's how I reported the show I did? Read what you wrote. You sound like Yoda from Star Wars. The show last night got reported.
The show ideas. Stupid as smoke, man.
Yeah, that's how the show it got reported. You got to pull out that part about I'm doing it now, unless you want to do it.
I'll do it.
You got
Actually,
to pull out the part about the daughter. That part.
order. Okay, well, let's not say it now, but
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what-
Now we're not live. We're just
You know what I find interesting? Sometimes we end up in the deepest hole.
check your text, Logic.
Sometimes
Go
I
ahead,
think we
Jordan.
wind up. Sometimes I think we wind up in the deepest hole, doing the deepest thing just by starting out. The simple idea that we want to learn something, and we end up going down a whole rabbit hole we never intended to go, just with a sincere intention of wanting to do something. And I learned
What do
that.
you mean?
No, I learned that by starting out by simply I was just watching YouTube and I was, hearing people do lecture, and I started to learn do lecture. And then I ended up in rooms with people that I didn't think I should be in rooms with. And I started getting guidance with people that I didn't know had a specific status. And I just started out with wanting to learn. So you ask people, how did you reach to this magnificent status? And they simply said, I wanted to learn something. And I needed to learn something. And now people look at me in this kind of way that I didn't even want to end up there. So I'm just saying that to Brass, because Brass wanted to put out content and help people put out content, and now he didn't want to be. And it all started with a sincere desire simply to put out the truth. And this is why I think there's something when people say the ancestors lead you to certain things, even though people think that's true. I think that there's a spirit that leads us to where we need to be, not where we want to be. And we don't even realize, we don't even acknowledge it. We make fun of it. But I think that there's something to that idea. So Brass,
Could you repeat it? What would the ancestors what now? What'd you say?
I think the ancestors lead us where we need to be, not where we want to be. So Brass fucked around and let the ancestors lead him down the fucking rabbit hole he didn't want to go down. And now he's stuck there. He had to do like Will Smith and Tucker. He had to go down. But he done fucked around and became a thought leader. He didn't want to do that. So now he had the pushback because he jumped out there and started saying things, realizing that he would end up in this position. So he had to go down with it now. He can't stop it. He started.
Yeah, he's Baba Brass now. Whether he wants to be or
I
not.
didn't even realize y'all was talking about me. What the fuck y'all talking about? I wasn't even listening. I'm working on the editing the show. What the fuck? How did I end up Baba? What the fuck you talking about? And that's strike one, Small. Now that you said the words out your mouth, trust me, other people gonna say it. So
I know that's a $500 fine.
Hey, I'm like James Brown in the movie. I just flashed my hands 5 times. Blink, blink, blink. $15. $15.
No,
I don't want to be nobody. I don't want to be nobody.
He's not the guy.
I have children that I'm the. I can only be their father. Too. I don't need no kids. No, it's still time. We still got time. Hey Joey, you know the only way you could become somebody's master teacher is if you don't tell them to shut the fuck up.
Right.
Like for real. No, for real. There's always time to say. No, I won't say always. There's probably when it gets too late in the game where you can't. Where you know what I'm saying? It's probably a point then where you didn't. It's been for 20, 30 years. You done run a scam. You done got money out of it, grifting, running debates and all kind of wild shit where you can't back off the subject. But for the most part, if you clip it early enough. And stunt that shit early enough, it's cool. But what happens is you're reading the works and you're not spouting. What's the word? What's the word when somebody says something and then you say it? You're imitating, I guess.
Recycling.
When you're recycling the words from Black Man of the Nile and you don't know whether it's right or not. You're reciting the speeches of melanin theory and all this stuff. Now you've been saying this stuff for so long, and now you sound like them, but you never looked it up yourself.
Yeah.
And then when you found it out, it made, like Joey said, you made a great point. It made you feel good. It was a motivational speech. And then a lot of times when y'all keep talking about the times, then Charles Murray was okay for the bell curve. Morton was okay for the skull theory. It works both ways. And what they did was wrong. Because if that's the case, if that's the case, then why y'all be yelling at? If y'all don't care about anything being pseudo or not being pseudo because of the times, then y'all allowing white people to say, well, at the time, we were really racist. We ain't that racist now. But at the time, though,
at the time, you niggas couldn't learn nothing.
So here's what we did. We got to just
erase
the skull theory and bell curve. Like science, and that's the whole point of science and the method and the DSM and all of that stuff. There's a reason why those things have to go through criteria in science, because they know people will do that. They know that people will say stupid ass shit like everything pre-1991 gets a pass. And forget that when you do that, if a white person was to say, that thing, that slavery thing, we was insane then. We just gonna strike everything from 91 back and let's start fresh. See, it don't work. You can't do it, because then now you're somehow saying that's the whole point of trying to fight pseudo with pseudo or racism with racism. You can't really do that because it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. They have to be historical. You got to learn from it. Hitler, it didn't have to happen, but it did happen, and it's historical, so we can learn from it. So we can learn from the mistakes. What I'm saying, Joey, is that people haven't done enough to call it a mistake. They're still saying it. The people that these people claim to teach every day on these dumbass YouTube channels are still saying melanin theory is real. They're still saying it today. Chris Harris. Who people think is intelligent, and he's an intelligent brother. No shots to him, but he'll tell you that the melanin theory is real.
Oh,
it's true.
Now let me try and clean up what.
Or there's some validity to it. If it's not real, there's at least some validity to it. Go ahead.
Let me try and clean up the time and place argument.
Hey, Brandon, did you hear me? I'm still putting my stuff together though.
Yeah, cool. And it's no rush, Logic. It's no rush. I'm just telling you what the issue was. That's all. Okay.
Hey, Joey's trying to clean up the time argument, and Joey,
it ain't his argument. You're trying to clean up an argument that's not yours.
And Joey, before you do it, I just want to say this, Joey, before you go down that road, you're forgiving slavery too. Because them white people didn't know no better. It was the times. They didn't know that we were equal human beings. They didn't know. So slavery was okay.
Now, can I make my argument? Because
go ahead.
My argument is not an argument about who's right and who's wrong. My argument is that certain things were acceptable, and I know people need a moral issue with it. But it was just acceptable because you have people cheerleading the fuckery. So when people cheerlead the fuckery, they'll actually look and call it out as fuckery, then it becomes acceptable. So this is not about me saying there's moral, there's anything right about it. But when you have one no-tooth motherfucker around a set of other no-tooth motherfuckers who can't read and write, they're gonna get them cheerleading fuckery until somebody comes in and says, "You do know you're talking a bag of fuckery, and that makes no sense." So back in those times, it was acceptable because the white power structure was a set of no-tooth ignorant motherfuckers was carrying that in the ears, and we as black people weren't heard. So it was cool until somebody stepped in and said, "Nah, you're embarrassing us. You sit your $5 ass down before I make changes. Shut the fuck up." And that is what we're trying to do here. But you're still gonna get people cheerleading the fuckery, and you can't expect ignorant people not to cheerlead fuckery When fuckery brings cash out, fuckery brings clothing sales. Fuckery is your whole brand. And when someone comes and try to tell you, you can want to say you're against a specific thing, and your whole name and your whole identity represents the thing that you're supposed to be against, because you don't have no fucking education, nor the language in which these particular names and identities come from. But argue with me that you don't have to know the language to make an argument, and yes, the fuck you do. Because if I'm out here calling myself Jehutimus, then I have to know what the fuck Jehutimus means and what that represents for me as a person when I come onto YouTube and use that name. So I can argue against
Mm-hmm.
the culture which I am named after.
You some kind of way trying to defend Egypt, right?
People don't
I
know.
feel like you
Hey,
just
no,
tried
let
to. I feel like
let him go.
one mic. No, he was done. He was done. Because I feel like though. Hold on,
Got it,
hold on. You got to mute when you got to mute real quick.
Yeah, I don't think he
I
was
feel
done.
like no, that's fine. But we do gotta try to figure out. 'Cause sometimes when people be talking, Smalls, unless you got the ear for it, you don't realize they actually try to defend something else in this
That's
point.
why I said let him go.
So when he said because if I say Jehutimas, I don't even know what that means, but you're now trying to like make sure that Jehutimas somehow falls inside of the argument that we have. So now I can't co-sign it. Thank you, Logic, for catching that. I appreciate you for catching that. Because then I'd have been like, you're right. And then somebody just said, this nigga Brass thinks Jehutimas is acceptable.
That's why I be losing patience, bro. Because you're gonna sit up here and make me have to be patient. But I can clearly see that you're trying to couch this argument about Egypt in something else, right?
Right.
And then so the whole time you gonna make me deal with the something else while I know whole time you still trying to talk about Egypt, bro. And then
He's
when
trying to stick Egypt in
when I
that
say,
bitch.
yo, well, let's just talk about Egypt, then you try to fall back into no, I'm really talking about something else. Like, come on, bro. Like that's why
Come
that
on,
shit
gang.
patient, bro.
Come on,
Hey,
gang.
hey,
I
hey,
appreciate
hey,
you for that one, Logic.
Talk about.
but the beginning of his answer though, Logic and Brass, you got to give him some credit. That's about the best argument that I've
But it
heard.
still
That
ain't his
fucking
argument. I hear him. No, I
it's
heard him. But
not
my
his
point, hold
argument.
on. My point is, but his argument don't match what the people that brought forth the argument. It don't match what they saying.
Right,
It
but what I was
doesn't.
gonna say is it's still about and that's even worse though, Brass. That's even worse because he's
No,
making
it's
a
not
better
nothing worse.
argument.
It ain't. It's not.
He's making
It
a
ain't
better
nothing worse.
argument for it. He's making a better argument for it than they are, and he's even though he's
He's
not
trying to
even
get his
saying the same
Jehutimas
fucking
in there.
thing.
He's trying to get
That's
his
what I'm
motherfucking
saying.
Jehutimas. That's what he was doing.
Right.
He was
Even
trying
though
to
he's
get that
not
damn
saying the same
Jehutimas
thing.
over. That's what he was doing. He
That's why I gotta give Joey props for that shit. Go ahead, Joey. I hear you.
Get in, no, Brad. You had to sneak it in there. Yeah.
No. Look, I love the fact that he ain't even denying it. I appreciate it. See, y'all don't realize. I
was very
literally appreciate. Yeah, mute out. I appreciate. I mean, you can talk. Just mute when other people talk, and then click your mute button. And then click back in so we can engage. But I'm saying I don't mind when y'all do that. To me, that's like some kind of honest thing in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like you're honestly putting forth your what's names. If we were saying that Francis Cress Wilson is pseudo, and then I can't or in racist, and I say, but I'm not that. I would never do that. I completely understand why she did it. I don't even think this isn't tearing down. I'm talking about her work. I don't know her. I'm not trying to get into the mind of her and trying to figure out this, that, and the other. I understand it. But the whole like when he did the Jehutimas, I fully understand it. Now, if he would have went and said, I didn't do that, Brass. I wasn't trying to do anything by inserting my Egyptian knowledge into this argument. I didn't do that. But the fact he just said, he was like, shit, I gotta do it. That's the real shit. That's a real conversation. I don't think a lot of times we be having real conversations, and that's what leads to videos like last night and videos and this, that, and the other, because everybody starts like, everybody has these things that they want to say, and then they don't say them. So it's like, then it goes on and on and on. That's why the other day I brought up lying. these conversations that we having, yeah, we laughing, joking, this, that, and the other. But on the low, you think I'm lying. I ain't saying the word because it was. I said I wasn't gonna say this word after today. I'm trying my best not to say the word after today. But large ape, I guess. The conversation had changed. I know I wasn't the only person that kind of heard it or felt it, but after a while, it was like, oh wait, no, you calling him a liar now.
And
Oh,
and
you
and
saying
thus the need for the show. Thus the need for the show.
No. I'm just saying,
Okay.
like you ever been in a room and two friends was arguing and everybody else is like laughing and joking, but you know your friends or you know one of them really well and the other one you cool with, but you know one really well and you know he's really getting mad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
You ever been in
Right.
that situation where like you're looking and
Absolutely.
you're like, all right, we probably should like separate it, but everybody's laughing, having a good time, so you don't realize it. That's what I realized in that conversation that day. Oh no, y'all was calling Uncle liar. And I'm assuming that's why he was getting more and more
Oh, I see.
frustrated. But he wasn't saying to y'all, like, stop. You know what I'm saying? Because he was all laughing, joking, this, that, and the other. And then it kind of switched, the energy kind of switched to now Logic's line. Or Chef
Right.
is
Oh, and
Corey is
see, that's what I thought you were referring to. I thought you were referring to
no,
Logic.
right.
Now I see what you're saying.
I was just listening. And it was going back and forth. And then it finally got to the point where Chef said something, and then that's when I was like, all right, because I think they was about to like go crazy, and I think we was live, but I think they was about to go absolutely crazy, and that's why I was like, why don't y'all just, if y'all not saying, let's talk about the line. If y'all don't think somebody's lying, then let's just move on, because at some point it becomes like a character attack. You know what I mean?
You're not saying
what you want because y'all friends.
It's not about the story anymore. It's about the person.
Right, like $20. Let's say a group of men is sitting in the room and it's $20 sitting on the table, and everybody walks out. And say you know one of the guys is broke or some shit like that. Everybody walk out. The $20 comes missing. Y'all come back. Y'all could be laughing, joking. This is another. Oh, you broke ass nigga. You took it, and it's only $20. So you like, it don't really matter. But it's the principle of the thing. You got that guy in the little group. And then at some point, though, if y'all keep talking about it, one of them niggas is gonna say, "Are you calling me a thief?" And at that point, he's not joking anymore, because being a thief is like one of the worst things amongst friends that you can call each other. And now all the joking and this, that, and the other, and then it's like, well, yeah, I'm calling you a thief. I think you took it. Then y'all got to sort that out. You can't keep joking about it after a while, because then people start sounding crazy. And that's I understand why Logic did the video last night and Chef and Corey did the video last night, because once you turn it into something else, now I gotta still be talking about this shit.
I gotta defend myself, right? Not almost like I'm defending myself or defending my character. Like I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's why. That's what I'm saying. That's you got to be careful sometimes. So once again, the overarching point is, I have no problem with him doing the Jehudi Mas thing, whatever, however you say it. But if he would have told me he wasn't doing it, then I'd have been like, all right, man, okay. Like last night with the British guy or whatever, Paul, John, Jason
German, and he was fucking crazy. Go ahead.
No, he wasn't crazy. No, he wasn't crazy. A lot of times,
he was a little crazy.
I mean, no, if you think he's crazy, that's fine. Let me change my statement. He wasn't crazy to me. He was trying to get his point across, and it isn't a point in this particular community that people be trying to hear. But if somebody call in or join your panel or something like that, you're supposed to hear them. Y'all just used to motherfuckers joining panels, and then I did the most ignorant shit. I was like, so what, you an ad boy or something? Like, that means I've been in this community too long. Like, he can't just be a person and have a view. So
I was just saying he was crazy with the nigger shit though. Like that. I mean, either crazy or you're playing stupid.
You've never heard of the term of endearment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I hate using. I hate when people say that. But
But
I'm not stupid.
I think we have to understand that all people on YouTube are not real people. Sometimes people are trolls, and sometimes people come with the intention of causing conflict. So we have to
Good
sort
point.
that out. Everybody
Good point.
who appears something is not what they are. So you might think this is a black dude who's pro-African, and it might be some white dude or some AI trying to provoke you into fuckery. So when people talk fuck, you don't like the fuckery, you pick them off and you ban them and get them the fuck up out of here. That's what you have to do. But all of us are 30 years old and understand if you have a beef with a man, from where I come from, you call them up on one of them phones with the big ass dial on it, friend or no friend, tell them come out in the middle of the and you fight it the fuck out. And you pick up your homie off the ground, dust him off, wipe his nose, and you good to go. That was the simplest way we used to do it. You talk about my girl, we had a fight. That's it. It don't mean I don't like you, but it mean I had a fight. I had to get my shit off. As a man, sometimes you gotta fight. A man disrespect, you gotta step out of the middle of the street and fight. If you get your ass beat, so be it. But you can fight. Man had to take off the shirt and throw their hands up and have a fucking fist fight.
Yeah, they don't do that no more, Joseph.
God, I know there's a reason why I like Joey. Joey, there's a reason why I fuck with Joey. Go ahead.
That's the problem. We don't fight. We need to fucking fight and get it the fuck out. You gotta have a fist fight every now and then. Because some of your best homies is a little dude you had to fight with back in 5th grade.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't fight on the internet. And what you do is you consider what you think is a fight ain't a fight. You think that you're fighting and you're really not. What you're doing is you're I'm gonna do a show about you. And that's the fight. I'm gonna do a show, man, and we gonna, and that's the difference. So you're not
Right,
the show ain't the fight.
right. And we used to call that punk ass shit, big ass nigga.
No, it still is. It still is. That shit still.
Yeah, I mean, really, when you think about it, doing a show on a nigga is kind of some big shit. It's gossiping, really, when you really think about it. But sometimes it's necessary, though. Within this sort of atmosphere, like I ain't gonna let a nigga talk about me, and I'm not gonna say nothing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
I'm gonna say it again. We need to go back to old school fist fight. That's what we need to do. Because all this YouTube video thing is how could you be a grown man, damn near 50, 60 years old, and you going back and forth with someone on Instagram like a picture? Who does that?
Right.
What is that about? When is that cool? As a matter for that matter, when has stupidity ever been cool in the black community? When has this become the standard for intelligent, right thinking black men? Who raises these people to think that that's cool? Who raises these people with these bitch ass motivations? Where did they come from? We don't know that type of upbringing. Our parents didn't raise us to be no punk asses. Your father used to tell you, go out there and fight that dude, and if you get your ass beat, so be it. But you're not gonna come home crying to me that somebody said something about you. You have to fight.
Well, perhaps the issue, Joey, is the fact that it is the internet. None of these motherfuckers live near each other. So, like, the fight's never going to happen. So that's all the fuck you can do is get on the internet and talk about it, talk back to them. Maybe that's the issue. I mean, like, what like what else is a nigga supposed to do? Like, so it just goes in this vicious ass fucking circle. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I am personally willing to sponsor plane tickets for niggas to get their ass beat. I'll say that. I know.
You know what? Hey,
ain't no nigga flying to Atlanta.
Yeah, put me in on that.
Yeah.
I'll put me in on that. I'm down for that.
We'll do 50-50, man.
I'm down. I'm completely down with that. Like, call people bluff. Every time somebody say call their bluff, we'll pay for it. You gonna go?
And you know why I respect that? It's because anybody who's ever seen Kyle on camera knows that you probably wouldn't want to fucking physically get into it with this
Nah,
nigga.
fuck the
So
physicality. Most people wouldn't
I'm
even want to
just
talk to
saying.
Kyle. You hear 5 sentences, and you know why people leave Kyle
Oh,
alone in
besides
these
that,
conversations? No, hold on. You know
because
why
he's
people leave
smart.
Kyle alone? No, not because he's something. Okay, let's remove the fact of what we know. We know all the other shit. Smart, this, that, and the other. I get it. I'm saying the
Mhm.
reason why he doesn't get attacked and approached with the scams and the grifts and this and the other, or I don't know if he has, but I would assume he hasn't, is because a person that presents like that,
Mhm.
that wouldn't be your first choice. You know, like bullies in a school, they usually are going to pick somebody to be the bully in a school. All you got to really do is punch them. Because when they trying to bully you, they're not looking for any fight at all. They're trying to bully somebody that's just going to like
Oh, yeah.
give all their shit away
Yeah, that's
and
true.
like give them. They're not trying
Kyle, the
to. If
nigga,
you hit him,
Kyle the
even if
type to fight back.
yeah, even if you not even but he can fight back correctly. Even if he was going
Right.
to, even a bully doesn't want to really get into it with you like that. They don't want to fight because anybody can get knocked out. In the back of their
Right.
mind, they know that. A punch from a weak dude can knock you out. But that's neither here nor there. Kyle, get your point off. What is it that you was? What was you trying to say? And logic is here. I kind of want to hear where y'all was going. I didn't even know y'all was talking. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, my point, what I just said was tell a nigga to pull the fuck up.
No, I
But-
got that point.
But with the logic situation, man, I just feel like a lot of people, a lot of times, man, and I've seen this on multiple levels, is that people don't understand the process of how we got to how we are right now as modern human Homo sapien sapien. It takes a lot of errors. It takes a lot of mistakes, and it takes a lot of fighting back against ignorance. And the only way sometimes that you can fight back against certain things is to use tools. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about going to war. When you go to war with a superior force and you got an edge on them or something like that, you take their weapons and kill them with their own weapons. And that's kind of how I look at what a lot of our ancestors did against the fight against white supremacy, is that even though the tools that the white supremacists were using were pseudo tools or negative tools or whatever, they used those same tools when they got the edge on them, and they turned those tools into weapons against them. And so, like Francis Cress Welding and Dr. Ben with the religion thing, and he used those tools against them because he knew that he was more intelligent than they were, and they could not disprove his premise. And I'm not saying that that's their intent. I'm saying that that's what I understood from their journey when I looked at it holistically. And I'm saying that we as Negroes that's growing up and living in 2025, I think is very auspicious for us to use the tools that they use to fight their war, you know what I'm saying, and win their war against white supremacy, to disrespect them now because we got lasers and we got better tools to fight against those same oppressive forces now.
Okay, so give me a second. Rock was about to have a couple more sentences. Sure.
Yeah, because I got a question. This is you and Logic's argument, but I do have a question about that afterwards. Kyle,
Man, let's get
you guys go ahead.
Hold on a second before I start losing my thoughts, because I will do that. So a lot of stuff that you said was about like kind of having some respect for who they are, and I'm trying to figure out if there, because it seems as if you're ignoring that there's a way that you can celebrate the resistance that Black Americans show, a lot of Black Americans show in that particular time frame, without being attached to the particular ideologies that these particular people were pushing, right? So on one hand we can be proud of ourselves for mounting a resistance, right? And still be responsible enough to say that this part of the resistance has to be batshit crazy because it doesn't even align up with actually resisting against the thing. I mean, and what I mean by that, like you're actually perpetuating racism, even unintentionally, right? The fact that a lot of your premises are built upon racist ideology, that you'll also have to carry over with their ideologies, right? So
Yeah.
that's what it's more about, right? So it's really more about, it seems as though an inability to remove the focus from these people, and so we can talk more about Fannie Lou, right? So, but we're being so, it's so concerning about that Fannie Lou Hamer doesn't seem to have like the widespread impact of melanin theory. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I feel as if I'm doing exactly the right thing, and because I'm not even attacking the people or attacking the person. I'm really more so attempting to do what it looks like is necessary to push the thing that people recognize as political into politics.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, so, like, my response to that would be this, right? So the most difficult thing that a person can do is understand something that they already understand. Well, not understand something they already understand. Excuse me. And so, when we are having these conversations, we have a particular level of understanding, knowledge, wisdom, grasp on scientific literacy, all these things, right? But we are, and this is kind of the point that you was making, is that she or the people that was in that time, you assume that they know what you know now. You assume that they had access to what we have access to now, and in reality, they didn't. And so, like, if you are in 1930, 1940, 1950, 60, with all this, right, and you are responding to wild ass racist claims that are done under the precondition or the auspice of being under scientific literacy, you're gonna use those same tools to fight against them. And if they want to bring some wild ass shit to the gunfight, I'm gonna bring the wilder shit too. I'm gonna bring some shit wilder than what you said, because that's how fights work. Like, if you punch me, I'm gonna punch you fucking harder. Well, at least try to, right? And if they having a wild ass fight on pseudoscience, I'm gonna fight you fucking harder, right? Like, this is how it works, right? And so, like, for a person that's fighting for the lives of Black African American people, that's responding against some wild ass shit, and you respond with some wilder shit, I'm fucking okay with that. You know what I'm saying? That is how I personally feel.
Definitely okay with the guy at the barbershop doing it, but I don't like my PhD doing it. Me personally.
Yeah.
I don't like my PhD doing it because I actually feel like I can't hold him to the same standard as I hold bum outside the barbershop.
Wait, Logic. Kyle.
Yeah.
Let's say we go with your argument. It's okay, right? Right? But in 2025, if that's what someone did, why the fuck should I like it? Both them motherfuckers are pseudo to me. So why should I quote unquote stand on the shoulders? Or why should I like why should I bring up this person who was fighting pseudoscience for pseudoscience? That's my issue.
Okay, I got what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
like, what that takes is understanding of what it means to stand on the shoulders of somebody. Stand on the shoulders of somebody is that person laid down their life or did something to give you a position to raise and to see further. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
you
okay.
don't have to agree with a person whose shoulders you stood on. Like think about like, let's take it out of the fucking black science and shit. Let's take it to something else. Like a person who is a forerunner in the field, you don't have to agree with them. You just get the momentum from that individual, and now you can see clearly, you can see more clearly the perspective of the horizon than they could see. You know what I'm saying? And because
Mm,
you understand the pressures that's coming against you. Like I work in a field where I want niggas to stand on my shoulders because like when I go to conferences, it'd be like 3 black people out of 2,500. You know what I'm saying? And I want young black people to come in and see the mistakes that I've made, see the things that I did wrong, but have the opportunity to perform in these fields that I'm a pathfinder or whatever you want to call it to get us into and do more than me. And that's what Francis
okay.
Cresswell, that's what Dr. Ben, that's what Sheikh Andy Diop did for our black people, is they kicked the door in, and now it's our job to come in, stand on their shoulders and say, okay, let me survey the environment. Let me see how I need to perform in this type of group. Let me see how they came at them. Let me see what the surroundings looking like. That's what standing on the shoulders mean. It doesn't mean I gotta parrot their fucking bad information. It doesn't mean anybody has to ever
Mm-hmm.
parrot my bad information. But it damn sure don't mean when I come in and get a grasp in the field that I'm gonna talk shit about the person whose shoulders I'm standing on. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. Well, my only question then would be this, right? Can you hear me, Kaya? Like, so
Yeah.
if say that there are two people, right? So there's you and Logic, right?
Yeah.
And one is fighting bad information with bad information, right? One is fighting bad information with good information.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem or the issue that I have with what you're saying is um I might fuck up and stand on the person who's parroting that bad information and just keep parroting the bad information. You see what I'm saying? Like I might not
Yeah.
figure
No, I
out the
get.
mistakes that you made. You see what I'm
I,
saying? Like I
yeah,
might,
I
yeah.
completely understand what you're saying, right? And
Hmm.
that's the thing about science. Science
Uh-huh.
is not about repeating what somebody told you. A real
That's a
scientist,
good point.
a real scientist understands what was said and then takes that and uses it, good or bad, for growing the scientific literacy.
But hold up, bro. Hold up a second,
Yeah.
Smoke. Because I feel like we're kind of. I want him to stay exactly where he's at, right? Because where you're at, you're talking about like their intentions. You're saying you know they were trying to do something good for the community, and yet we're disparaging them. But I think that there's like another layer of
Okay.
responsibility or accountability there that you're not asking them to have for themselves. So like you do networking, build that stuff, which is like some really intricate stuff, right? You understand that there's like a lot of things connected to work, right? There's all kinds of stuff. So let me find a way just for like the analogy purpose with this on you professionally. You
Mm-hmm.
know how to hook it up right, right? You've been trained to hook it up right, whether that was by Western academia, Western ideology, or what have you, have the proper method to hook this up right, make it safe. And what you also learn in the process is the dangers of hooking it up wrong, right? Like you understand how the effects, the short-term effects, the long-term effects of actually doing it the wrong way, which should like solidify your caution of why you should do it the right way, right? So let's say you hooking it up, you go hook it up the wrong way on purpose, but your intentions are to give African Americans liberation, right? But in your attempt to liberate the African American, you unintentionally give them cancer, right? So then I come back to you and I'd be like, no, so you was actually trained the right way to do this, and then you chose to do it wrong, knowing that there could have been some repercussions.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't believe that you thought it would have been cancer, but as we look back and consider, like, you know what I'm saying, what has actually become of this, it seems to have given some of the people, you know what I'm saying, some pretty traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
So you knowingly hooking it up wrong, just because your intentions are good does not mean that, like, you weren't aware of the dangers of you possibly hooking it up wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point in time, I gotta be able to be like, well, I mean, yes, I'm glad you attempted something.
Yeah.
Like, even in your attempt, like, you know, you knew that you could have potentially did more harm than good, and ultimately, like, it really didn't do the good, right? It if you look back at it, it's how can it be about social liberation and tell you to not go vote? Like, that's a
Yeah.
contradiction right there.
No,
You
I
follow what I'm saying?
get
Like,
what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Let me respond to that right quick, right? And that kind of goes to the point that me and Brad had when we were when they went live last time, is that I understand that. So the issue is intent, right? So if a person is, let's say they are in 1960, they're responding to something and they want to do something positive, and they do what they do and they're wrong, right? Or right, whatever, right? That's one thing. But when a person knows that this is a better option, this is a more beneficial option, and still choose what they know and they can verify and see is wrong, that's one thing. But what we're talking about is people who don't know that they're having negative consequences. Like people who
who you
hooked up.
saying don't you have to have negative consequences?
So like
And
people that
the road to hell is paved with good intentions, by the way.
yeah, that's true. That's true. The road to hell is definitely paved with good intentions, but then we got to understand that did the person know that they was sending you down the wrong path? Because if the person knew they was sending you down the wrong path, instead of sending you down a path to change your situation, those are two separate situations. These are two separate perspectives that we have to intellectually understand before making a decision about the person in their world, period. You know what I'm saying? Like if I try to help you get out of a situation and I got you out of the situation and the situation then make you flourish, but then 5 years later have another option to present you with a different situation that can make you a multi-millionaire and make your family together and all that type of stuff. Yeah, that's a better situation in hindsight, because hindsight's always 2020. You always have clear vision of your hindsight. You always have clear vision when you have more information to make your determinations. But what I'm saying is the people who made these decisions did not have the clear vision or a clearer vision of the situation. They were just making decisions based on, hey, this is what I know right now. This is what we can do right now. Now, if Frances Cress Welding makes a podcast tomorrow and still stand on that bullshit, then yeah, she's probably a charlatan. But if we making a determination about what she said in 1974, you know what I'm saying? And before we even had genetics, before we did those fields, the thing about melanin and shit like that came out, like how are we gonna judge her and demonize her for something that nobody knew? Because she made an assessment based off racism.
Nobody knew.
Like, that's a stretch.
Can I jump in real quick?
No. Hold on.
Okay, then
Kyle.
Then I won't.
And as much grace as I want to give the sister, did the average person on the street not know? Yeah. Did the doctorate from Howard know in psychiatry? Yeah. She knew. So it's not a. And see, that's where I go with the conversation of.
She wasn't a genetic or biologist though.
No.
And
But
you are you,
psychiatry,
Can I
psychiatry
say
is
something one more time, bro?
hold on, but
One more time.
psychiatry is interdisciplinary. So you got to take at least base level biology and genetics. She knew. And here's the part, and I'm gonna jump back out. Let you and Logic go. My concern sometimes in these conversations is people think that we're calling her stupid. I'm actually giving her the respect of her education to say she knew better. So when people say she didn't have the tools, we're not talking about. I want to keep in place who we're talking about. The brilliant sister. She was brilliant. Like you could look at her and how she talked. She was new, and you know how I know she knew, because she also knew when Shockley was saying to her about the white genetics, she knew that wasn't true, but they were just using it as racism. So let's at least, at a bare minimum, in these conversations, not say that she didn't know, because she was fighting people that was using it against her. That's why she used it, I would assume, I'm not reading her mind, against them, but she knew that melanin theory wasn't real. She just supposited an idea. And that's not even the problem. The challenge is that she supposited the idea knowing it wasn't right and then presented it as science to Black people. That's the crux of it. So if she didn't know, Kaya, you don't believe that. She was brilliant. You think she
Man,
didn't
look,
know that melanin theory was wrong?
Right.
If I am in our situation collectively as a group, and I had a person that was willing to fight against white supremacy, and white supremacy told us you were not smart enough, all these different things, that you were not capable of doing certain things, you are inherently predisposed to these conditions, and I had somebody that came out and said scientifically you're wrong, and this is why. I have no problem with that.
Here's my pushback. Before you move to your next point. Before you move to your next point. Okay, go ahead. Finish your thought. I just want to. I'm gonna go back to that point when you keep going.
Go back to that point, please.
Okay.
And my thing is, why are we demonizing the response rather than the action? The action in itself, that's the problem. A person gonna respond to some shit how they want to respond to some shit, and because her response was so powerful, it galvanized thousands of Black people to become scientific literate and get into these fields and now correct the mistakes that she's made. That's a problem, but I don't see y'all calling out the scientific, not even literate, the scientific pseudoscience that was pushed by white people that she had to respond to. And for me, that's the problem.
Okay. No, I want to go back to that point that you said. See, that's why I wanted to do it right in the moment, but I forgot.
My bad. That was all wrong, Kyle. Everything you said was wrong.
Good morning, the point I wanted to make about
that was crazy.
Well, yeah. See, all right, I'll go back and try to catch it, but neither here nor there. My point to you would always be, we had people in this community. Remember, who we're talking to. The people in this community, they know about scientific racism. That's they know about Eurocentrism. They've been hearing that over and over again with Ankh and the Egypt conversation and all the other people discussing Egypt. So to now bring y'all more scientific racism, if y'all don't know that melanin doesn't give you a superpower, then I don't know. I don't even think we'd be bringing anything new to the conversation. But if we tell you that melanin isn't a superpower, but somehow people have been telling you that somehow ours is, or that somehow, I think a different conversation, and you're familiar with MLK and his works. Black supremacy is worse than white supremacy. And our solution to it, when you say don't why can't we blame her for reacting in the moment, this, that, and the other? Because she went and got a doctorate, and her getting her doctorate disproved what Shockley was saying. If he was saying that we weren't intelligent and we weren't capable and we weren't able, then just her existence, the mere fact that she's sitting across from him as a Black woman with a doctorate in psychiatry, That her existence disproves that. But if we're going into the tit for tat, then Kyle, do you know we'll always be, if they hit us with racism and we hit back with racism, they hit us with pseudo, then we hit back.
Where does it end?
Then it never, nobody ever, it doesn't move.
Where does it end?
And then if somehow, hold on, Kyle, and then at some point, I was Smalls, if at some point we end up in the position of power, then how are we somehow any different from them if we just gonna do black supremacy? How does that work? Like, so in my plane, my final point is, I guess what y'all should be penalizing us for is holding the doctorates among us with a high standard. Once again, I don't care what these motherfuckers say on Sonetta and all of that. That's why I don't talk about them. But the ones that go get the doctorate that can actually put some shit into clinics, take some of these political cultural theories or their scientific theories, get this shit done so we can get into employee wellness programs and get into the hospitals to help us. But if you just go get your you didn't even need to go get your doctorate to just go around telling people pseudoscience and racist shit. You could do that for free. We see it on YouTube, on every conscious community channel all day long. So it's just the standard. If you're saying that I'm holding her to too high of a standard, then I could almost understand that, because that means now I'm trying to read her mind and I don't know what she was trying to do. But trust and believe, when y'all say that we're tearing her down, I'm not tearing her down, but the doctorates among us, black folk, then and now, because racism ain't gonna end. The times don't ever end. We're still in the times. Whatever times everybody's talking about, we're still in them. So blame us for holding her to too high of a standard. But I'm not tearing her down. I think she's a brilliant sister. Somebody, y'all can go.
Well, Brad, here's the thing though.
I don't want to answer no more questions though. I'm trying to do something.
I'm not even gonna ask you a question. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of make a response to what you said, right?
Okay.
Niggas like analogies in this community, right? To me,
niggas like polite in this community.
Yeah, that too. Let's not go there. But to me, this whole fight, white supremacy with black supremacy, and at the time we didn't know no better, so it's okay. To me, it's like, okay, somebody just set me on fire, right? Okay? Because at the time I didn't know the gasoline is flammable. And one nigga did know the gasoline isn't flammable, but had like a blanket or some water to put me the fuck out, right? I'm going to somehow uphold the nigga that doused me with gasoline. You know what I'm saying? He put the shit that made it worse on me. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But there was a whole nother person over here that had the right shit. They could have put the fucking fire out. Like, I'm not gonna uphold.
Now I get what you're saying. Yeah, the person actually, rather than get into a firefight, there was somebody that knew fire extinguishers exist. Yeah, I get you. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, yeah. In other words, a Frances Cress Welsing knew better. She knew that gasoline is flammable. Maybe she figured, hey, if I pour enough on it really, really fast, it'll be just enough liquid that it'll go out. Maybe that was the hope. But there's a chance that you just pour one drop on this nigga and the shit explodes or it makes it worse. You see what I'm saying? But
it's gonna be very difficult for me to understand that she didn't know melanin theory. That the information didn't exist at the time to know that melanin theory wasn't real when she was telling the white man across from her that what he was saying wasn't true.
Right.
And Brad, imagining that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to get off in a minute. So, at least I'm gonna have to stop talking. But what I'm saying, so Kyle, it's like for me, there's, what they're saying is definitely plays a part in it. And for me, it's like being the doctor, the psychiatrist, the brain person. Like it's almost like saying that you don't recognize the dangers of trying to use something like experimental drug, basically. You know what I'm saying? And from their practices, they're using something unscientific, don't have any sort of real methodology to get there. I mean, yes, they're attempting to fight against in science what's called like neutrality or neutralism, but I mean, which I get, but at the same time, they also are basically selling us that all you need is this African spirituality, and it will some kind of way lead to your liberation. You know what I'm saying? Like just adopting these ideologies will eventually inspire the right sort of attitude that would to lead to us being more productive in America. So that's actually it is what they did, right? So and then there's all sorts of different ways. I'm trying to figure out the way that you're looking at it, other than just giving them an exception just because they're black, of like how that wasn't productive in the long run. So like even in the short run, the only excuse you have is they were just trying to help. Like they use unexperimental drugs trying to help.
So
You know what I'm saying?
my thing is
There you
that
go. What's up, Tuck? I heard
my,
you in
my
there talking shit, dog.
my thing is this, right? So like when you have a group of people or a person that's in a state of crises, right? And to go back to your point, let's say we are kidnapped and somebody got us chained by our foot to a basement floor or whatever, and you cut your foot off in an attempt to escape, which on hindsight, you'd be like, okay, that was a terrible idea. And you bleed to death and you die. But you made an attempt to escape a system of oppression. And that's what I see her doing, is using the pseudo scientific literacy that was given and was propagated and pushed onto the people at that point in time, and using that as a way to get out of that system. And she did it in an amazing way, from what I understand her studies to be. Were they the best option? When you look at it and you look at the fact that the person died and the person bled to death because they cut their own foot off, I can't say that was wrong, because I can't sit here and say that I would not do the same thing in the attempt to fight for my life or to fight for my intellectual freedom. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that are being disregarded in this conversation, is that what was the state of the people who made these decisions? And then we got to also take in consideration what are the state of the people that are still living by those situations. Because now you got a bunch of niggas cutting their feet off on purpose when you don't even have to fight for your life. Those are the real idiots. Those are the real people who are charlatans, to telling people to cut their foot off or to do things that are unscientific. But the person that's in that situation, if they make a rash decision and they make something that we can look back at 40 years, 50, not even 30, 40, 60 years down the road and say, oh my God, I would never do that. It's a lot of things that I would never do without the wisdom that I have today. But there's things that you do in the time that you are living in, and those are decisions that you make that are completely rational based upon the current state of a people at that point in time. That's what I'm saying.
Kyle, real quick, let me use your war analogy. And I actually agree with what you said. But I just want to be specific. We're not talking about all black people, we're talking about her. So in that same analogy of the war, let's say two people was at war, and what was taking place is what you said. There was, one side is got guns and one side got guns, and everybody getting shot, and they're making all these decisions because their life depending on it, blah, 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 blah. Right? I completely agree. But even in that case, and you know this because this is damn near what you do, you got to have somebody in the research department coming up with the nuclear weapon, right? The doctor is, while everybody's fighting and everybody's going crazy, we don't need the doctor on the field with everybody going crazy. Even if they feel like their job, they're supposed to be out there creating some shit that these soldiers can't do. She's supposed to be, and this is a high standard. Okay, I admit it. but she's the one that we look to that's an actual doctor in psychiatry to really look into the minds of these people and give us the nuclear weapon so that when all the fighting is done, we can go to Congress with this shit. Or we can go to the doctors with something. Like she don't need to be out there. I mean, I don't want to do that. That's improper. I'm just saying that's how I view her. She got her doctorate in a climate as a double whammy. She was a woman and a black woman. So she got it worse than the men, the black men at the time.
Yeah,
so if she made it through,
let's be honest, bro. Like Frances Cress Wilding is only relevant, in our community. Can we agree to that?
Relevant.
Yeah, relevant.
Just define relevance. What you mean by that? Fine answer.
Like niggas is not having discussions about the findings of Frances Cress Wilding in any other community in any genre of science anywhere.
I would agree with that.
All right, cool. So that's our foundation, right? And in this particular community that we have, the black conscious community is predominantly.
Oh no! I don't mean the black conscious community. I mean the black community.
No. Yeah.
What did you just agree to, though, Brass? What was that question?
I disagreed. To people thinking that she was actually correct. That's something that's in the black community, not the black conscious community. It's in the black community. I don't think people outside of our community think that somehow our melanin makes us superior. I don't think people outside of the black community somehow do. I think if anything, they think the reverse. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I think they think the reverse. I think they think our melanin makes us inferior. So they don't agree with the stuff that she's saying. Yeah, I don't think outside the community, but even in that, Kyle, when you say the black community, then if nobody ever says that it was wrong, then Garfield right now doing a show with however many people about Umar Johnson. You ever been to a Umar Johnson speech?
Nope, and I never will go.
Okay. So before Umar Johnson, I guess, was Umar Johnson, my sister reminded me that I've been to a Umar Johnson speech. Anybody in here that's been to a Umar Johnson speech, and I've seen some of them on YouTube or Instagram, this, that, and the other. Do you know he starts off those meetings with Frances Cress Welsing, and he might not have ever met Frances Cress Welsing. He might not even know who Frances Cress Welsing is, but he immediately starts talking about the homosexuality of they're trying to kill us with homosexuality, the white genetic annihilation, the melanin theory, your melanin is this, and they're all savages and we're all communal. He does the exact same thing. And this is a guy that we complain about today. So while I don't blame her because she put her theory out there and this, that, and the other, I'm not blaming her for Umar Johnson. But then I would have to put some of that blame for Umar Johnson on these thought leaders that didn't make sure that people knew what she was saying wasn't scientific. So that when a Umar says it, they know that it's cultural. They know that it's motivational only. They know that the white genetic annihilation is not scientific. But the reason I key in on scientific is because when people believe something, it's one thing they believe it. People believe pseudoisms all the time. But when they actually believe that the pseudoism is like a scientific fact, it becomes something you can't remove. And then you got somebody like a Umar Johnson who can pillage and plunge the community with Frances Cress Welsing's teaching, with Frances Cress Welsing's teachings, even though she never knew that an Umar Johnson would ever exist. Now here's the last part, and I'll land my plane. Who else says white genetic annihilation and melanin theory? Polite. When Polite was saying that shit to unscientific people, he was getting away with it. And people, by that point, it was like, it's not scientific, it's not that. But when you got leaders in this community saying Polite is a brilliant brother.
But that's why I have the issue, bro. Because so I'm not sure why this is happening. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but in this small pocket of black intelligentsia or or black community, we believe
Uh-huh.
that what we believe is the majority of black people.
Oh yeah, no. I don't think so. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think so.
I'm not. I don't associate myself. I try not to think about black people from the foundation that the conscious community is what black people think. Now, if you
No,
are
not at all. I'm not saying that.
if you are saying that the black community is what the black conscious community thinks, then I would actually
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I get a little.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that I'm not talking about when I'm talking about black folks. I'm not talking about the black country community with the fucking funny hats and the Moors and the Hebrew Israelites and shit like that. I'm talking about the everyday black person that is trying to better their lives and stuff like that. I'm saying that she is irrelevant to the majority of black people, right?
Right, but her teachings aren't. Is my point.
They are.
No, hold on, real quick. So,
bro, you gonna tell me that before you came into the community, you know who she was?
No, but I had heard her. No, right, I had not. No, not even. It's even worse, Kyle. I didn't even know who Frances Cress Welsing was, honestly, before like not even like a month ago. But guess what? I did know that the beginning of Freddie showed me.
I seen the movie Baby Boy, nigga.
the beginning of but I didn't even know that was her with the crib and the man wanting to go back to the crib. That's Frances Cress Welsing. When they was on drink camps, multiple people was on.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah, exactly. No. So you can't say the majority of the black community didn't watch that. The multiple people that go on podcasts quoting Melanin Theory. Somebody told me she just quote RZA was on Drink Champs quoting the theory. I don't know if he said her name, but he was quoting the Melanin Theory.
Martin Lawrence and Boomerang.
Martin Lawrence. It was on Martin Lawrence, the TV show. Guess where else?
In the movie Boomerang.
About the pool balls, right?
Yeah, the pool balls,
that was her.
The white pool ball knocks the black pool ball off. I didn't even know that.
The Boomerang.
Oh shit!
Here's the crazy part, right?
That was one of
Everybody wants to discount Polite. Everybody wants to discount Polite as if Polite is not a symptom or a sign of the overall larger community as far as scamming and whatever weird stuff he was into. We could say that Polite is just the conscious community's problem, but he was also on the Breakfast Club. This is also a guy that was on Vlad. So his teachings are far outside of the conscious community. So you can't just say he's just in this small little thing, because Kyle, you're a brilliant brother. You ain't been on the Breakfast Club. So the good shit that you saying, nobody on a larger scale in the black community outside of the works you do, it hasn't been broadcast and replayed over again. Umar Johnson been on the Breakfast Club. He's been in places where it can be amplified. So we can say the sister. That's why I really don't like talking about her, because you can look at her and tell she's brilliant, but her works have grown legs. And in the Zelle and Cash App and internet and social media age, her work has now been weaponized with no one saying that it's pseudo. Because we got the people that call themselves the people, the policing of the community, and calling everything pseudo, saying everything before 1991 gets a pass because of the times. So now if nobody's saying it's pseudo, Umar running around pillaging the community off shit that's pseudo, nobody's saying it's pseudo. People that they would listen to in this community and others. Somebody got to say she was brilliant, but her works, they're not factual. Don't use it, or at least know that it's not factual. So and that's the overarching point that I'm trying to make a little bit.
Yeah,
and you know,
that point, I can agree with you. So like, and that's what I said. I think it was yesterday when I came on here. It was just like, okay, so the people who know for a fact, because we know for a fact certain things are not true. The people who are pushing forward these negative and false narratives
those people are the true people that need to be attacked with his narrative, not the person that thought she was doing the best thing or the right thing or whatever. It's the people who know for a fact that those they have access. Let me rephrase that. They have access, know for a fact that those things are not the best thing for the community. If you know for a fact they have access to know for a fact that these things are negative and not beneficial, and you push it, you are the problem. But if you don't know and you think this is somehow going to help somebody, I don't see a problem with that particular person as far as like a moral or morality issue. I see the problem with the people who know for a fact and have access to know for a fact that those things are negative or false. Those are the people that are the problem. And I think the argument needs to shift, or the discussion needs to shift to the people who know, have access. Because if I'm out here trying to set up a city, and you go back to my career, if I try to set up a city with fucking DSL or fucking dial up, and I know for a fact they got fiber optics and they got cell and satellite available for our connections for a network, I'm a charlatan at that point in time. And I'm telling these people something that I know that I have access to know is not true. But when you don't have access and you living in a time where dial up is the best thing, and you push dial up on your people, and you everybody with the doo, before they dial in, and you sell them that shit, I can't blame that person for selling the dial up, because that's what niggas was needing at that point in time.
But it's an impossible task. Hold on. It's an impossible. Let's go back and forth for just a quick second. Thing. Don't forget your thought. Because I missed my point last time not saying it. But Kyle, we don't know who don't know. We was on a show the other day where Reggie was telling us that Black Man of the Nile is an academic book. And Unc in the same voice was saying, fuck Dr. Ben and Black Man of the Nile. We got Chris Harris saying the melanin theory is true. So we don't know who don't know. We got people that's telling us that the melanin theory and white genetic annihilation and what she was saying was true. Why are you tearing down this sister? Then when we ask them, what is the melanin theory? What is the white genetic annihilation? They don't even know. So I run with the theory that most people are not scientific. Most people aren't.
Most people ain't physicists. Most people ain't.
No, I ain't talking about physicists. I ain't talking about that. I'm saying
hear me out for a second.
Okay.
Hear me out. Most people ain't physicists. Most people ain't geneticists. Most people ain't fucking experts in concrete. Most people ain't whatever you are in life, Brad. Like, most people are not what you are. And so the experts in those fields are the people that we need to listen to. And the experts are not agreeing. Like, Chris Harris is not an expert in fucking anthropology. Is not an expert in anthropology. But but the difference is relies on the experts. Chris,
not always.
I'm
just saying not always.
I don't want to make that an argument.
I'm not arguing with you. Just made a statement. Go ahead.
That's not a point. Like, I'm not an expert. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what people tend to do in this community is put people on these pedestals as if they're experts when they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, reading 4 books by experts does not make you an expert. It makes you a nigga who got a book club, subscription. You know what I'm saying? And like, we got to understand that for these conversations. And we can't help.
Mute up, Logic. I mean, Joey.
And I'm not about to uplift a certain person to a standard of an expert. Like, Frances Cress Welsing was not an expert in genetics, because the field didn't even exist at the time. She wasn't an expert in biology. She was an expert in psychology. She had a doctorate. She brought something to that field.
Psychiatry.
What I said? I thought I said
psychology.
Oh, my bad. Psychiatry.
Yeah, she was a psychiatry.
Yeah. So she's an expert in that. And an expert resonates in their particular field. Outside of that field, your fucking opinion is useless.
And if you're not in that field, if you have not brought anything to that field, that means you haven't done the rigor, you haven't done the legwork, you have not brought anything to that field, and your opinion on these topics is moot.
Yeah, I'm not calling Chris Harrison them experts. What I'm saying is, DeGrasse once said they asked him a question: "Who do you speak to when you in these conversations?" By the way, what Tuck, I wish the chat could see the roasting session that Tuck and Logic are having.
And Logic,
general back
yeah.
chat. This shit is hilarious. But
y'all niggas are funny as fuck.
But a matter of fact, I think I can make it where y'all can see it. So oh yeah, y'all can see it. Good. It's hilarious. So they asked Neil deGrasse, so being that you're an expert and you talk about these things, how do you choose who you speak to? Because technically you'd have to speak to everybody. And he was like, no, I don't speak to everybody, but I will speak to the guy that has a following, because he's however times worse members of his membership, he's that. He's not one person, he's actually 200 people. So that's somebody that would be worth talking to in a conversation. So when you got the leaders in the community saying you standing on the shoulders, when you got the leaders in the community saying melanin theory is true, in this particular community, when you got the directors, the movie directors in movies putting it in there with no license, but I mean, I know that's some kind of media license or whatever, but with no correction, you got the leaders. How far do you think Vlad TV goes? How far do you think Breakfast Club goes? There has to be, even from me, and I ain't really all that important. This is a true thing. I don't even know why this is such a big deal. I'm not no thought leader of any kind. I don't have a huge following. I ain't looking for that. What I'm saying is there's no counter message saying that it's not true. It's in movies, it's in books, it's in music, it's on podcasts, much bigger than anything in the conscious community.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You talking?
There's no one saying it's not true, Kyle.
There are. This is my bro. The entire field. Look, bro.
No. Wait. You cut me off on my earlier point, real quick.
I'm bad.
That's what I mean by they're not scientific. And you said geneticists and physicists. I'm not even talking about unscientific in that way. I'm saying the average everyday person, if you ask them what DNA was, they couldn't tell you.
I agree.
If you ask them what a gene was, they couldn't tell you. Like when I say unscientific, I'm talking about, and the people you know, like sometimes in and amongst ourselves, we might deem ourselves so intelligent per se or whatever, that we forget that the everyday average person cannot have, when you tell them the melanin theory, they won't understand what you tell them, but it'll make them feel good.
Okay.
When you just say your melanin makes you superior, they don't even know what that means, but it makes them feel good. Hold on. So then when a person comes in and says, well, your melanin, this is how melanin works, and that's why this ain't true, when da-da-da-da-da-da-da, they won't understand that either. They don't understand none of that, but they left with the feeling of feeling good, and they run with that. You can't fight white supremacy with feeling good.
I'm not disagreeing with that point, but what I'm saying is that, so there are, I don't even know how many universities and colleges in America, but I would throw out 10,000, 20,000, right? Mm-hmm. There's thousands of universities. Inside these thousands of universities, there's thousands upon thousands of students. Nobody that has higher education learns that. So like the community that we're referring to is a community that's based on ignorance. They prey on people who do not know things. And so like what I'm saying is that the burden of the responsibility belongs on the people who are preying on the people, not the people who put out information that was later proven to be false. So like to your point about people knowing things and Chris Harris and Unc and stuff like that, like
Chris Harris is a college graduate. You know that, right?
That's fine, but he's not a college graduate in biology or genetics or any of these things.
Okay, right? yeah, okay.
I'm also a college graduate. I didn't learn about genetics when I was in school. Like, why would I?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have no reason to. I mean, I'm not trying to discredit any of these people's education. I'm just saying that the majority of the people that go to high school, go to college, and even are smart people that we know today have no knowledge of any of these things.
Unscientific people.
No, they are. They could be scientific, but science is multiple fields. These are multiple disciplines. And
right. No. I'm saying the Dr. Welsing, who is scientific, who does know, she's talking to people, and this is a person in psychiatry. I don't like to assume what she knows, but she knows how the brain works. She knows how to say, even in their speeches, Kyle, it's weird. Now that I'm watching the speeches, they all do the same thing. They're saying things 3 times. They talking real low when they really want you to get the message. They talking real loud when they're trying to motivate. Like, it's all the same kind of thing. And speech is a science. Discourse is a science in and of itself. So she's talking to scientific people and presenting culture as science. That's the crime. That's a crime. I mean, that's like it's not a physical crime when you go to jail, but that's the problem, because she's talking to people that don't know no better, and she didn't present this to white people that know better, like not white people that know better. She didn't put this up for any peer review at the time or any form of academic rigor, because she knew it didn't pass in mainstream. But she just wanted to make these people feel good. But she never came back around and said, now listen, this is what I'm saying is not scientific. What I'm saying is Black power. It is, look at your melanin. Like, if she would have said, look at your melanin this way.
Okay, so you gotta also hold the people who did the inverse as well. So
all day long. And we talk about Eurocentrism. No, I agree. We talk about Eurocentrism and scientific racism. They've been killing people with that, and people still don't understand white supremacy.
Yeah, so like this,
I get that.
So you gotta talk to the people who are craniologists. You gotta talk to them. You gotta tell them, hey, you gotta apologize, so you're wrong before. Not because the reaction is a reaction to the bad information that was put out, right? Yeah, and so we have to say that the people who said this, who put the idea, who put the thought in the atmosphere that need to be responded to, they have the responsibility to apologize for putting out bad information, rather than the person that responded to the bad information based on the information that was put in the field.
So what do we do then when people are saying John Henry Clarke is amazing and he helped Black people, but then this guy, he is. Yeah, he's amazing. And you're saying that we got to bring some kind of clarification to the white people at the time that were doing it, and then we get a John Henry Clarke writing the foreword in the Iceman Inheritance, a clearly racist book, a clearly pseudo book written by a white man that was already released and sold, but the white guy knew that if I slap this Black name on the front of my book, Dr. John Henry Clarke, now people will be reading this shit in the Black community. And then rather than John Henry Clarke speak against Bradley, he writes the foreword for Iceman Inheritance when it's re-released in the Black community. And he's saying in the foreword, I know this book is racist, and I know what he's saying may be pseudo, but is it? So now we don't got a white man saying this white genetic bullshit. We got John Henry Clarke. Like, you putting on us in 2025 what the guy you just said was brilliant at the time. Then, because no pushback came and nobody ever brought this up, he's supporting the bullshit by writing a foreword for it.
And how that nigga not stand?
Who's the person that's supposed to call out these white people if the person y'all call brilliant is writing forewords in racist books? Now, here's the thing. In his foreword, he says the book is racist, but you know what he says damn near in the next sentence? But what if it's true? It could be true. I think that Mark Bradley is brilliant.
And so that's how science works, right? So in science, what you do is hear me out. In the scientific method, what you do is you assume a proposition is correct, and you go through the process of falsifying the data. And so, like, I've never read the Iceman book. I'm just giving you what the scientific.
I read it.
I read a little bit of it.
And so I will ask you this: is there a challenge of that position?
White people are savage because they grew up in cold environments.
That
You don't even need to go to school
is that a statement of truth, or is that a challenge? Because
I read the listen. I read the introduction, right? So when his introduction really isn't touching on the Iceman inheritance, like I read some of that and I read a couple chapters. His introduction not really touching on the aspect of the white man inheritance. His focus is more on the concept of racism and the genesis for modern racism, which lands on the lap of Europeans. So that's really more his stance in the book. And then I read like a couple chapters of Iceman inheritance just to get a whiff of it. And it's really more like a and he said, and even the book, and because he wrote the introduction, right, not the before. So in the book, he says it's a pop book, right? Because he's talking in old, outdated languages. It more seems like a white person chastising other white people, right, for their behaviors and a warning to if you continue this path, what should it look like, right? So that's unscientific, right? So modern day time we have what's called cold winter theory, right? That's if y'all might need to be paying attention to some of the IQ conversation that be going on, right? So cold winter theory is in that same type of construct where they suggest that cold winters, right, in a situation that they have to deal with cold winters, which is what gives Europeans higher IQ on average. That's called cold winter theory. And some of that shit is still being used as probably as early as Troublesome Inheritance by Nicholas Wade. If y'all, I probably know what that is. But so that shit's still going around. But I'm saying like the charge is that if you charge John Henry Clarke with that introduction, that one thing wipe it his hook, give me something else, bro. What else did he do? Other than that introduction to Iceman and Henry, give me something else.
Okay, I don't have to. The Iceman.
He supported Kwame Nkrumah.
This is from
Kwame Nkrumah.
So did W.E.B. Du Bois. That's a dangerous thing.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but because I'm saying like a forward.
Hold on, let me read it. I'm reading it from the foreword. The Iceman Inheritance, the Canadian writer Michael Bradley has made the most glaring admission about the Europeans' attempt to dominate the world through racism. Peace makes dull reading, but war is rattling good history. History is not merely a listing of past events. Far from knowing himself, Western man is quite frankly baffled by his own behavior. Clearly, scholars must consider the critical relationship between environment, genetics, and culture. The significance of the Ice Age experience of European humanity on their peculiar psychology, sociology, and biology must be seriously studied. The last sentence, the Iceman Inheritance points to the right direction. That's an endorsement.
Yeah, and he said that studies need to be done on it.
He didn't endorse it, and he didn't even talk about Iceman Inheritance.
No, that's a piece, but did you read the whole introduction?
No. Hold on. You said in the foreword that he didn't talk about Iceman Inheritance. He just said that book points us in the right direction.
Right. What I said is that the majority of his introduction didn't even deal with that. If you read
you didn't say majority. You said he didn't talk about. You said the foreword wasn't about.
Okay,
the book.
okay. So you got me. All right. Now, if you read the introduction,
I'm just giving clarity. I'm not trying to get you.
Now we got clarity. The premise, right? I think it's recorded. The premise of it deals with racism and the genesis of racism. So I'm asking, did you read the introduction though? Did you read the whole introduction?
Yes, I did.
So am I incorrect? So am I wrong or incorrect in that statement?
No, hell no.
All right. No, so I'm saying like that introduction alone, that introduction is not enough to erase that man's entire work and everything he's
I didn't say that. I didn't
so my
say
point is that
entire work. I was talking to Kyle when Kyle said
I'm saying his entire his criticism and him being pegged down is based on the introduction to Iceman Inheritance, bro.
No,
that's crazy.
I'm not talking about I'm not. No, you missing. Hold on. Okay, then we on two different. We're talking past each other. I was responding specifically to Kyle saying what would be better is if we were speaking or being or critiquing the legacy of the white people that were doing the same genetic biology bullshit at the time. All I was pointing out was when you got these thought leaders with these channels now telling you how brilliant John Henry Clark was, John Henry Clark had the opportunity, the education, and the information at the time to correct the white people in their place. But yet what he chose to do was write the foreword to Iceman Inheritance and endorse some white genetic biology in the other direction. I was just giving information. I wasn't tearing the man down.
And what I'm saying is that in that hypothesis, the Iceman Inheritance, there are people submitting there's the cold winter theory. So, right, and in his work, what you just read is he said that they should study this. People should get in. People should get into it. I think it's the right direction. That's his opinion. But he said that more work should be done to study this, right?
Okay.
That's what you spoke. That's not out of bounds. That's what I'm saying. Read cold winter theory.
Okay.
Read cold winter theory. See where cold winter theory comes up at. See what works at that is in, bro. And see if there's some merit or people give merit to cold winters having any type of influence on biology and psychology.
Okay.
Just look into it.
Okay.
But it doesn't. We know it doesn't. So what are we studying?
The point is, so the
come back, read the book thing, but we're just
the
forgetting. Hold on, but we're skipping past John Henry Clark. See, when y'all do this,
we're right here. We're right here.
Go read this book. We're trying to explain how books
I'm
work,
starting
bro.
to notice a trend.
The forward and
y'all say go do this, and then completely forget the fact that John Henry Clark wrote the fucking foreword.
That doesn't matter.
Iceman Inheritance. That's the same conversation.
I know I did not because I ended on that. I ended on what it said.
The foreword has nothing to do with the content or the context of anything. The foreword works kind of like an abstract. When you read an abstract in a academic article, you don't read the abstract and say, "Oh, that's what this means." You read the abstract because it sets the precedence of what's going to be discussed. The same thing in foreword. That's what a forward does, though, bro. Like, can we agree to that at least?
No, we can agree. Hold on, we can agree. But when you asked me why we don't talk about the white people at the time, wouldn't that question, based off what I just read to you, that he wrote in the Iceman Inheritance, a guy specifically that published a book in the time, John Henry Clark's response at the time, the brilliant, you even said he was brilliant. All I'm saying is his response at the time was to write the foreword for the re-release of this book, where it went into the Black community. Chef said last week, 2 weeks ago, he didn't even know what the Iceman Inheritance was, but he bought it because Dr. John Henry Clark's name was on the front of the book.
Yeah.
And in the book, a person with
go ahead.
In the book, a person with any, you know that it's not pointing us in the right direction. But then when somebody like John Henry Clark says it's pointing us in the right direction, and people read that, they'll go with that. So yes, I understand what forewords are, but in this particular foreword, he admits the book is racism and then says it's pointing you in the right direction in another chapter of his foreword.
Let me ask you a question. I really got on this answer. Has anybody read the full book?
No.
No, I read it. I don't know if Chef read it. I read it.
Arguing about some shit that nobody read.
I read it. I read
the introduction in about the first couple of chapters of it. But like I said, even what he said, I don't have an issue with. His opinion is that he thinks that dude's heading in the right direction. Okay, he's just wrong. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm fine with that. I don't got no issue with that.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
And I think he was more speaking to like challenging somebody who's going the other way. Because I mean that book, it would have been it could have been just like a black person that wrote that one. It was mean challenging the other. When he said a white person, he mean challenging a white person that may be saying something egregious the other way, like cold winter theory or something like that.
We got to stop it with. Have y'all read it?
Chef, you read the book?
No, we don't have to stop it. It's not.
So what did you get from the book?
Why would I read some the shit that I already know is fucking retarded though, Sosa.
You
Like, why would I
don't.
do
I'm saying
that?
it's like, yeah. I'm saying it's like, I'm not. Anyway, if I got to explain, I'm not gonna explain. Go ahead, ask your question, Chef.
Okay, yeah, I don't get
Oh
it.
well, when I read the book, when I read the book back in the late '90s, early 2000s, I thought I understood what white people problem was. I thought the white man gave us the understanding of why white people was racist, and you know what I mean. I thought it was biological. We was biologically different, and why it, you know what I mean, different. It was in nature. You know what I mean, to be that way. You know what I mean. So it wasn't no point of fussing and fighting with them. You dig what I'm saying? Because they fucked up. You know what I mean?
Chef,
I
you
mean,
a pretty
almost
smart person, and you got that out of that book. Why the fuck would I want to read
that's
it
what the
then?
book
I
is.
might.
Yeah, that's what the book
Yeah,
is
you
about.
want to read it, bro.
Well,
It's
I
about.
mean,
Don't have a conversation with
for it
me
to
about a
be
book.
given.
Hey, what book? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like you can talk
But
about
based
other
on the
shit.
I
books
get
that
what you're
y'all
saying.
Don't
read,
talk about the movie Boomerang if you ain't read. Know what I'm saying? So I'm saying read a little bit just to get a gist of it. I told you what I read. Right?
I
Cause I'm
get
having a
that. I get that.
conversation in good faith. So you can know where I'm at
Okay.
with it. So then Chef came later on online, be like, oh, but you ain't read check 6 and 7. I'd be like, you know what I did? Let me go look at that shit. And be like, yo, that nigga on some. You feel me? That's called
That's
just having
fair
a
yeah.
enough.
But when
conversation in
y'all
good
do the
faith,
book
bro.
argument, when the
That's fair
book
enough.
argument comes up, once again, I'm not saying this is what you're doing, Sosa, but the majority of the time you're catching hell, I guess, from us because the book argument. One, most people that say have you read the book, they haven't read the book, and then part two, that's literally what the fuck the Chat GPT, Google, summary sites, Cliff Notes. That's what things like that are for because it's impossible to read every book. By now, in the conversations we've had, I'd be 40 books in on some bullshit just to have a conversation. So I'm not. Now, if we having an actual intelligent.
We gonna talk about Naeem Akbar. Breaking the Chain of Psychological Slavery is 53 pages, bro. Know Thyself is not that long, but like that shit don't even take a second to read that shit. You feel me?
And I
And
kind
then
of get.
when I bring up, hold on. And when I bring up
Y'all
stuff like
can.
when I bring up things like Cold Winter Theory, it's not a book. That's like that's a journal. Right? You read that in a journal. You read Cold Winter Theory in a journal. The reason I said read it and I don't elaborate on it more because there's no need for me to continue talking about it because you don't know if I'm lying or not. So I'm saying,
Well,
yo,
I can tell you right now.
so I just stop right there.
In a quick search in a quick perplexity and a quick ChatGPT, I just found out without reading the book that yes, Cold Winter Theory is in Iceman Inheritance, but the race IQ part ain't. So the Cold Winter Theory, that theory is in regards to environmental determinism on IQ. This is an environmental determinism on something else. So when you bring up the Cold Winter Theory, the Cold Winter Theory was weaponized for Europeans. They're smarter because of Ice Age adaptation. The mirror is that, but here's the thing. The difference in Iceman Inheritance is Cold explains European pathology, aggression, and racism. Cold Winter Theory, race science, explains European Asian superiority, intelligence, planning, and ability. So while you can say that environmental determinism is in both books, Cold Winter Theory is most certainly not in Iceman Inheritance.
I never,
now,
at no point did I ever. No, I did. Cold Winter Theory is not a book. I did not ever. I did not say
it's not in the theory. Is not in.
I did not.
Iceman
And I did not say that Cold Winter Theory was in Iceman Inheritance, bro.
You did.
You saying that? He's saying both.
Man.
He's saying both.
Okay.
Both tries to attempt to say that the weather or cold weather produces effects on the brain. That's what he's saying. That's what Sosa was saying. Both of them postulated that in some way.
But I can understand environmental determinism, and I don't need to know the Cold Winter Theory or the Iceman Inheritance to know they're both talking about environmental determinism and separate the two. But what I'm also saying is I'm somewhat scientific because I stayed at a Howard Johnson the other night. But in this particular case, the average person wouldn't know the difference. But they're both wrong.
No shit.
They're both wrong. They're just theories. And I'm not, and I know y'all really enjoy the scientific reading. If I am going to pick up a book, I'm going to pick up John Hope Bryant. I'm going to pick up the Kobe documentary. I'm going to pick up something on finance. I don't have interest in this to sit and read I could not, I'm going to tell you straight up, I couldn't sit and read the Covenant theory. Couldn't do it.
But I do get what Sophie's saying about having a conversation in good faith. Yeah.
If you're having a conversation about Charles Murray and the bell curve and all this stuff, then then you're going to get into Richard Lynn. You're going to get into Cole-Winning theory.
Have you read the bell curve?
You're going to learn that away. Many moons ago. You know what I'm saying? But
Chef,
I didn't read. I haven't read Human Diversity. I haven't read Human Diversity, but I also have enough prerequisite reading in other areas, so I don't have. So I know when bullshit's being presented to me. So I don't need to go reach because Charles Murray is not a expert in that field. You know what I'm saying? He's borrowing other data. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, sometimes you just need to learn shit on the route of having other conversations. That's why I know about Cole-Winning theory.
Okay. What was it Sosa? Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask. Well, what if a person has enough knowledge to know that I shouldn't read?
We talk chicken in his head, bro.
Yeah, Tuck trying to. We actually.
It's hilarious.
I'm finna unleash Tuck on you. That's my Cowboys man right there. That's my Dallas Cowboy.
Y'all Cowboys is looking absolutely crazy right now.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's my version of Concrete Core. Y'all finna unleash him on y'all.
Cowboys, y'all had 1 yard in the quarter the other day in preseason.
I don't even remember that, bro.
I know you don't remember it, and y'all keep fucking with Micah Parsons.
Preseason.
We're talking about preseason. No, we are talking about preseason. Fuck around and don't pay Micah Parsons. Fuck around. Keep fucking around with Micah Parsons and don't pay him. And see what happens.
You must say? Don't
I
do
can't
it.
hear you, brother.
I said you must stay in your lane. Don't do that.
I am in my lane.
No, you was just Jets, Giants preseason.
Because I live 10 minutes from the stadium and I took my son's football team to see the game.
You should have bought
I
them
live
kids
10 minutes from that stadium.
You should have bought them kids an ice cream cone. It'd have been doing better for them.
Hey,
no.
Hey, don't do that to that man.
Hey, Tuck, come on, bro. Hey, Tuck, I'm using my own melanin theory, Tuck. You can do that too. You can get to the NFL. Doesn't believe it ain't that hard. Here, meet the coach. You know, we met Dayball and all of
Brian
that.
Dayball, he's garbage. Don't talk about.
But he know how to talk football though. He's a good talker. I met him a few times.
None of those dudes are going to play. Yeah, and I don't like the Micah thing. See, I'm a fan of the players. And it's just been Cowboys since I've been little. So I'm a fan of a lot of players though. But it's like I don't get involved in the rest of the shit because other people be talking about how bad the players is, and Jerry ain't been trying to win. But listen, Jerry is 12 Billy. How can I tell him he's not doing his job well?
He's not doing his job.
He's not doing the GM part, but owner come first. He doing that part better than anybody ever.
Yeah, but the GM got to come in there somewhere.
Here goes the Dallas fans.
Fire Brass. He can't get fired.
No.
He's not gonna fire himself.
Let me put a melanin theory on you real quick. Jerry Jones realized a long time ago the Cowboys did not have to win to be profitable.
Absolutely.
And once you realize that they don't have to win to be profitable,
that's fact.
Here's one thing that he forgot. But in order for some of these fans to stay, you're gonna have to start winning, bro.
No, you don't.
And I don't know you.
He worth $12 billion. He winning. You can't argue.
Some of that is fights and stuff. Some of that,
Brass. You can't argue with the owner side. He been Forbes #1 sports franchise.
No. I didn't say that. I'm just saying at some point you got to address the football side. He's an amazing owner, but at some point y'all got to start winning. But you know what? Here's the funny thing. I hope y'all never win. So that, hey, I'm gonna say something to you. Let me tell you what my team is. Fly Eagles fly
There's no way that's the team.
off to victory. Hey, we won the
Get
Super Bowl. Y'all can
fuck
lose
outta
forever,
here.
as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a damn.
There's no way that's your team. There's no way that's your team. I don't believe that shit.
Well, no, my uncle was a quarterback for them back in the day,
Okay.
and that's the only reason I liked them, and I just kept it. That's the only reason.
Man,
I
we
used
about
to be when I was in Ohio before I even knew that I was a Cleveland Browns fan because my dad was.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say some crazy shit like that.
No, not when I say young, I mean like 4, Tuck. Like 4 or 5.
Poor guy.
It's been this the
How
whole time.
you became an Eagles fan then? It ain't got nothing to do with your uncle.
The Eagles
No,
is
it probably
trash.
did have
Though, right? Oh, wait, hold on. What's your team again, Smalls?
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, don't talk about football while grown. Hey, don't talk about football while grown men is talking.
Right. Come on now.
Nigga, I'm a Niners fan. I talk that shit. I'm a Niners fan. It ain't my first team, but I'm a Niners fan. I live in fucking.
Y'all ain't
I
been
live in
relevant
Vegas.
since Montana.
Shut the fuck up. What?
Oh,
Why would you touch me like that?
I can't stand the foot. That's a team I hate worse than the Cowboys.
Yeah, but don't say no crazy ass shit like that.
boy,
You
I'm
mean
irrelevant.
You mean don't say the truth?
You dead to me, Smalls. You dead to me.
I know I am. You're a Cowboys. You're a Cowboys. Don't make me. Hey, Tuck, don't make me name my original team, nigga. It'll be even
Logic,
worse.
where you at?
See, now it ain't no respect because you talking about original team. How that
Yeah,
ain't your
I'm a
original?
Skins fan. I'm a Skins fan. I'm a Redskins fan.
We getting in the way. We getting in the way of some serious shit.
Yeah,
So
where
Logic
David?
and Tuck.
Where
What's the
David Ortiz
issue,
at?
though?
Where David
What
Ortiz
is
at?
Huh?
Where's Spice Adams at? Yeah, nigga, that's what we do. Get around and talk shit.
Hey, y'all two niggas are fucking hilarious.
Go ahead,
That shit
Logic.
was hilarious.
You can hear you.
I mean, I'm right here, bro. I'm listening to this old deflated Lavelle Crawford ass nigga trying to talk shit.
Lavelle, that ain't even Logic. Come on, Logic.
Nigga, I hear our Ashley is over here right now,
with the baby face and the grown mouth. Logic,
I literally hear the friction being caused by how ashy your lips is while you talking.
with the balloon head, please. You a light bulb with a beard. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. You bought that beard and them glasses at the same time. I know shit like that.
Yes, please tell me you record this.
You ain't nothing but a house pet that they fed too good.
Get a beard. Listen, Logic, you can get a beard and the glasses half off.
They found you outside and gave you some human clothes, nigga. That's what you is.
Human clothes. Come on, man. We cowboy. Come on, you gotta be good. And so I want to fire it back. You just look like every nigga bald ever. That's just what you look like. You look like when the little 3-year-old is drawing a picture of the bald nigga. They make for the head.
Hey, he don't look like me. Hey, he don't look like me, yo. I'm too sick. He don't look like me.
This is the bald channel. I be forgetting. My bad, Gullah. My bad, Gullah. I'm talking about.
Hey, Tuck, what you floss with, Tuck?
Hair, just a little bit. You see, I'm graying though, Logic. You never had gray hair, Logic. Your hair been gone. You started balding in middle school. 8th grade.
Right now. I'm chilling.
You started seeing it. 8th grade, you started seeing the signs. Just started going back. Yeah. You've been bald since middle school. Motherfucker, since that motherfucker put that kid on your hair in 6th grade, they put that straighten on. Yeah, you've been done. You've been done for. My bad. My bad.
And you've been having mouth surgery since you was in elementary school, nigga. You motherfucking retractable teeth ass motherfucker. Oh, shoot a mouth teeth ass motherfucker you got, boy. What you floss with?
Yeah, here he go. He finna say
Tuck, I'm sitting there chilling.
That's what's going on, Concrete. You know, I got a PhD in talking shit. I just fry Logic up, fry Logic up in the chat. He coming here just being irate. Coming here irate.
I don't know looking at this I'm not even looking at the chat.
Oh, my
You
bad.
look
My
at the
bad.
chat.
My
I
bad.
enjoy all of it. I enjoy all of
You know what
it.
I
Hey,
do.
what happened to the show, Brad?
It's live. It's live now.
I got.
It's live.
Yeah,
now?
no, they were talking about a show they did last night. I got to take one part out because we got reported for something that you said. I just got to pull it up. It's downloading now. I'm about to put it out now.
It's probably when Corey get into pussy tension.
What I say? I ain't saying nothing bad.
Corey, I'm not
Crazy guy, though.
know what you're saying at night. I ain't about to hold you. I'm not
Said
about to
ain't
hold
that
it against
bad.
you in the morning.
Whatever it is, I believe
But what you said
I was on my
wild.
best. You can ask Logic. I was on my best behavior. Logic even.
No,
he was. You
something a little
surprised.
crazy.
You actually surprised the fuck out of him. He did his thing.
never.
He ain't talking
First of
about
all,
nothing crazy, bro.
First of all, he never on his best behavior. So whenever you say that, you
No,
already know.
last night he
A
actually
smoke
was
screen.
outside of
A
the
smoke screen.
The fact that substance abuse didn't come up last night, Corey was definitely on his best behavior, bro. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh man,
substance abuse did not come up. Well, no, he said something about I will fuck it. He said something about the polite case. That can't be on there.
Oh, I can't say that.
Yeah, no, not for YouTube. Let the other niggas say it, but we can't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, you
we
can
just
talk
got
about
somebody
the
just
true
hit us with a quick
statement. I mean, I didn't.
No,
I didn't
it's not
say
that it wasn't true. It's not that I didn't say that it wasn't true. That's why when I cleaned it, I just removed the word and let the statement stay.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the way you said it. It was just because the way you'll see what I mean. You don't actually tell the story. You just said such and such was on such and such, and this was on a shirt, and then you just started laughing for 5 minutes. So it don't look like you're saying. It don't look like what you're saying was wrong. It looks like you thought it was funny.
Corey,
No.
how did you
all that? It was funny to me that they was talking about they gonna wait. They gonna wait till next year and shit when the verdict come out. We're gonna wait till next year when the verdict come out.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they said that. Well, I don't know if they said that.
Silly boy. Oh, so y'all not
all that, man. Show them dreads you got in the back of your head, Tuck.
I don't got no dreads.
Sonic the Hedgehog dreads.
He got a shocker almost in the back.
Nigga look like he going 110 miles an hour
in the back.
from the back of his head.
So Logic, I'm still a young man. I'm still a young man, Logic. I know you ain't
take off running right now.
Shampoo in a millennium. Fuck out of here.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
A hair care in a millennium, boy.
Damn. That's all right. You look like yo.
You got that bottle of beeswax at the crib.
This is your shit, nigga. Do water even get through your shit, nigga? Straight up. The water don't even reach your real scalp, nigga.
It's not It's Nigerian right here. It's Nigerian.
They're gonna call you a half a racist for saying that.
You know he is. It's gonna come out of him. I'm gonna bring it out.
They're gonna call you a half a racist for saying it's good curly African. What was y'all saying? 4C, 3C.
They've already done
it. Nah. Because actually, his best, you know, his best jam, the best one he said so far.
All the time.
Nah, the best one he said so far was Unc was trying to sacrifice me, right? So he done hit me with one already. So it ain't even off the table. At this point, I'm really just trying to set the standard so he don't get too crazy because he really out here trying to say I'm selling ass. I'm trying to say, hold on, we ain't finished that. We ain't finished. We ain't about to start cracking that shit about niggas sticking their head out and all that.
I didn't hear that part.
That's why I gotta say
I can't let you accuse him of that. I don't think he accused you of that.
Oh my God. Amazing.
I can't let you accuse him of accusing you of that.
Oh my God. You gotta put some clarity on that statement, bro. Because all I heard
He can't stay paused.
That you was accused of selling ass, and I'm gonna need some
Do we
clarity
really
on
need
that.
clarity?
That's
Do
what
we
the
really
fuck
need
I thought.
clarity?
I'm like, nigga, hold up,
The
man.
crowd
We ain't
only
finna
heard
do that.
Logic selling ass, and that
No,
shit was
it's
flipped
no.
up.
Trust me.
Oh yeah,
I promise you,
even finna
it
crank
means
this shit.
exactly what you think it is. I promise
Hey,
you,
watch
it
this.
means
Hey, watch this.
exactly what you think it
Hey,
does.
watch. Hey, watch this. When the gorilla club again. Watch. Me and Sosa can do it right now. Sosa, you remember the story about Logic selling ass? You see how
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, like 10,000. I think it was like 10,000. I didn't.
It was like 10,000.
It was
Oh
10,000.
shit, nigga. See now, I ain't almost sell no ass, nigga. They ain't even nothing close. I'm trying to stop you
He
from
said
trying to
10K
talk
was the
about
limit.
stories.
10K you do it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Less than
I'm saying,
10,000.
I'm saying, look, if we even gonna crack jokes, like nigga, that ain't gonna
Hey,
go
Logic.
that direction.
Hey, Logic. You found
Even
the
the
ad
first
where
two
they
jokes about selling
listen,
ass
Logic.
funny.
Listen, Logic. I
Last
care about
time,
One
nigga,
mic.
I care about none of that. You found the ad where it said need childbearing hips, and you responded to it.
I told you, Brad, it was exactly what you thought it
I'm
was. You
saying,
needed clarity.
that's not looking good on
Hey,
you.
You wanted clarity.
How you
hey,
gonna
so
speak
Logic,
on
you wasn't a $40 hole? You selling ass for
Oh
$40
my
out here?
god.
It was on that. That's what it was. Logic. You can't duck this. I'm gonna go get the screenshots. I'm gonna get the screenshots. I'm gonna get the
That
screenshots.
nigga
man.
said ad
the
looking
fact
for
that you
childbearing
describe
hip.
any
Yo,
man as
but you
having
alley-oop
childbearing
yourself with
is
that Logic.
really your fault,
I
gang.
like a good. I like
The
a
fact
little
that you would
Joan.
describe a nigga as having childbearing hips is you. You're the one describing that.
Y'all don't
You're the
get
one.
Logic.
Something wrong with you. Can't
You
look.
making-
Your eyes just can't turn away, right? Like ain't nothing else over there to look at besides what the man hips is.
What about I said you
Hey,
borrowed
hit.
the
You
lips
got
from Young
the
Dro?
computer
What
hit?
about that? You didn't like that one? You didn't like that you borrowed the lips from Young Dro? You didn't like that?
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
I mean,
What's
that
up?
was it was better. It was
If I
definitely
send you
better.
a section to take out in StreamYard, can you either show me how to do it or do it real quick?
Oh wait, we live?
You mean to
No,
clip
this
or
is a
to edit
recording.
or to just
Oh,
delete?
okay. Yeah, you don't want this in
Hey,
here. Logic might
Buck,
lead it in.
What'd you say, hit?
Buck, I thought your second best one
You said to
was
clip it or to
Just text
delete
me.
it from the video? Okay.
Just to delete the specific like 5 or 10 seconds. I'm trying to do it, but I keep deleting the whole thing.
All right. I might have to take the whole video out of there. All right. We'll see. I'll look.
Okay.
Lead this in. Lead this in. This is good. Logic. I
Oh no,
apologize.
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about another video.
Oh, okay, I
Nah,
apologize.
you good, gang. You good. I'm just saying, like for future reference, because I've done this before.
not
Like
good.
you,
Listen, Logic.
you ain't gonna be able
It's
to
not
call.
good, gang. It's not good, gang. He apologized. That was not.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to call a nigga a stripper for long before somebody get mad, bro. I'm telling you, I seen it. That shit just ain't gonna work.
Exotic dancing. Exotic dancing.
You ain't got no damn job, Tommy. What you talking
Exotic
about?
dancing.
Yeah, there you
Exotic
go.
dancing.
That make you feel better. You told me that in confidence, though, Logic. I'm sorry I betrayed your trust. I apologize.
Sure.
I got kids. And I can't be out here with a bad some smut on my name. I apologize, Logic. You told me that in confidence. I shouldn't have told the guys. You right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is Princess Cypher in here? Oh no, she ain't in here. Hey, whatever. She ain't in here. Ain't no ladies in here. Fuck it. Yeah, you took that 10,000 and what you do with it?
You gonna speak on that fire ad that you got going on, where you got that crock pot hooked up to the cigarette lighter in your truck?
Crazy.
You ain't gonna speak how you got some beans going while you driving up the highway, nigga. You know what I'm talking about?
We're gonna talk about how you take a bath with your mouth open.
Oh, okay. You ain't gonna talk about them dirty sinks that the dirty dishes you leave in your bathroom sink, nigga.
We gonna talk about that. Oh, I can barely hear. I can barely hear you. Say that again.
What you say, Corey?
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Can't hear
you must gonna have some Franks and beans. You gonna have some Franks and beans. The crack pot.
With that crack pot.
Hey, Kirk Corey, he got a converter in this truck, nigga. You got a
Hey,
doomsday converter.
Hey, what's sad is that's the first thing I thought about you, Corey. A good ass pot of Franks and beans.
Working man, Corey.
wow.
An amazing pot of Franks and beans.
That motherfucker gonna have to pull over, goddamn.
That nigga,
Pull over and get
that
the
nigga
beans.
got
Pull over, goddamn.
nigga stirring the beanie weenies while he going up that
Right,
highway.
get down.
Hey, that shit starts smelling too good. Nigga like, hey, I
Joint's
gotta
gonna be
pull over.
good.
Test this shit.
I
I'm
like
fucking
it.
Franks and beans.
Right.
I back.
I need to throw some more of that sweet. Gotta throw some sweet relish in there. You know what I mean? You throw a little bit of that. Throw some
He done
sweet
got
relish
cold.
in this Franks and beans.
He done got crucial
Hey.
now. He don't
Hey,
even pull over when he doing that shit, nigga.
Two niggas in Sosa. Now it's sweet relish.
I'm about to text my wife and tell her bring home some potato salad so I can mix it up and get the good flavor going. Put some
Right.
the Franks and beans with the potato salad. Niggas don't know about that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
See, like I do it with. You can do it with potato chips or potato salad. Either one, right? It's both of them is good. Like,
yeah, you get the sweet relish out the
You a
potato salad.
podcast nigga, you that cold, boy. You got you some beans you seasoning while you going up the highway, nigga. That's some different shit.
yeah, you gotta throw some sweet baby rays. You throw a little bit, throw some mustard and some sweet baby rays in there.
Oh yeah, I use open pit. Open pit barbecue sauce.
I use it. So I do a little mix of little sweet babies with the open pit with some mustard in there, right?
Yes,
and then with the sweet relish. Oh man,
let me call my wife. We eating Franks and beans today. What's going
No,
on?
y'all not.
Right.
We gonna fuck with hey, it's Sunday. I can put some ribs on right now.
You see what you
They'll
did?
be
Tuck?
done
You
by
see
this
what you
evening.
did?
They'll be done by this evening, and there's some potato salad and some motherfucking beans. Sound real nice,
No, it don't.
Absolutely.
Hey, what you mean? Hey,
Some
what
of
you
them,
mean? I'm a
some of them
Tom.
linen cougars.
Hey,
You
no,
gonna
hey,
have some of them
I'm a
linen,
Tom.
some of them
You know I
linen
got
cougars
these
with
big,
it.
remember my big old lips? They say I'm a Tom. Of course, that's what I eat every day, boss.
You gonna have some chilies with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
With Franks and beans,
You know they got me smacking the
Brass, you say you grew up on a farm and never killed a chicken? I'm gonna ask you that. You grew up on a farm and never.
No, that's not what I said, bro. See,
okay.
the beauty of a recording is that I
Okay.
can actually record my own words. I said I've never been on a farm and chicken. So just understand if you live on a farm.
Oh no, I didn't hear you, Brass. You cut out.
Okay, no. Just for clarity, because they kept saying you couldn't kill a chicken. I said it's not that I've with both hands done broken down, pulled the chicken's neck off his body.
Okay,
so I don't have a problem killing a chicken to then use the skin, the egg, and all of that. I said my grandmother would have whooped my ass if I'd have went out there and just started killing chickens. And calling it a sacrifice to somehow cleanse my sins and all of that, because now you done beat the whole reason to being on a farm. You don't kill the cow and let it rot. You kill the cow and sell the meat.
You think they not after the sacrifice?
No, I had to educate Unc and them that there's a peace offering is when you do the food. But sometimes you do that and you eat it. But there is also a thing of just killing it and burning it. So they call it
that's called a burnt sacrifice.
If you eat it, you ain't sacrificing. If you eat it,
it's still a sacrifice. No, it's still a sacrifice.
Still a sacrifice, but there's
a burn.
The
only thing is that when it's a burnt offering, right, it's burnt to a crisp. So you can't eat it. Like the whole thing has to be consumed with fire, so it's burnt to a crisp.
Right.
So it's not gonna be edible. I'm saying.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But if I went around Sosa to a farm and just started killing chickens and setting them on fire and they was burnt to a crisp and we couldn't use them, I'd have got my ass towed out the frame. Because I just wasted all the hard work of raising the damn chickens in the first place.
I don't know how the process Umpman did. I don't know if they were doing real deal. You know what I'm saying? African edition, but the African edition, they don't just kill any random chicken. Like it's a certain chicken that's made, raised up for the sacrifice. So like, I grew up, under something voodoo and stuff like that too.
These was farm animals. They said they was getting them from a farm guy.
Yeah, they got them from a farm.
I mean, in voodoo, they come from farm.
No. He was just telling you where they came
chickens
from.
are domesticated animals.
But I don't know if they ate them or if they just killed them.
It was a good reason.
I know they rubbed the blood on a stick or something.
Don't do it, because then next thing you know, you would be arguing again. It was a good reason, whatever reason they sacrificed them chickens.
Don't be a diplomat now.
It was a very good reason. I'm just gonna say that.
There ain't no good reason for some adults to be doing that.
You gotta rehash the gorilla again.
No, I didn't. You just said it. I didn't say that. I don't want to talk about that shit.
First sacrifice. Shit.
Trying to talk to people who gonna excuse at every turn.
Yeah, you chopping food. And I wasn't talking about this
on the CB radio and shit.
No, I'm on my way.
This wasn't
I'm on my way.
Off that CB radio. Use your phone.
I'm on my way to go get the best kind of cheesecake. This cheesecake is so crazy. It's like 40 miles away, but
that's a serious fucking cheesecake.
I don't like cheesecake that much.
Ain't no cheesecake in the world.
I got the munchies, nigga. God damn it, I got the munchies.
Ain't no cheesesteak in the world. 40 miles.
No, not cheesesteak. It's not a cheesesteak. It's a cheesecake.
No cheesecake.
That's even worse, nigga. That's even worse.
No, you finna eat a whole cake, Corey. You finna eat a whole cake.
If you eat that whole cake, then now you
I'm gonna eat at least no less than a third of it. No less than a third of it is mine off the gate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm really thinking about claiming half of it, right? But me and my wife, she might be into it with me, right? But yeah, I think at least a third of it's me off top. You know what I'm saying?
But 40 miles to get it?
Y'all need DoorDash.
40 miles, baby. 40 miles, baby. I'm going to.
You going to Chicago, huh?
I don't think DoorDash delivering 40 miles.
It's at this little spot. It's in Napanee. It's in Amish. It's in Amish country.
Don't do 40 miles.
It's called Yesterday's. Yesterday's restaurant. And
they do 40 miles out here because you order something from the city.
Oh yeah. See, that's why that make more sense. Yeah. They don't do it here. Like you got a certain, like when you open up, it's only got to give you a certain range because probably they figure the food will be cold. You know what I mean? And this shit cold.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to say.
Niggas 40 minutes away.
Nah, niggas in Jersey order from Cat's Deli and shit like that. Like shit that world renowned shit. So they'll deliver.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, it don't make sense, but I guess it don't make no sense.
This lady making these cheesecakes this morning.
Hey, Tuck, you ever heard of a website called You ever heard of a website called Gold Belly?
No.
It's a website, right, where all the famous restaurants in the world, it's like if I'm never gonna go to what's a famous restaurant? Like a specific place in Kansas City for barbecue. You can go to that website in like the top restaurants in the world. They freeze pack the shit and they'll send it to you, but the shit costs 10 times what it's worth, but they rationalize it by you not buying the plane tickets, you're not doing the driving, but you want the actual experience. You know what I'm saying? So but
if you ain't got the same kind of oven they got, it'll never be the same. That's what.
No. Here's the crazy part. They
cook it and freeze it, right?
They cook it and flash freeze it. Now here's a shout out to Gold Belly, bro. Shout out to them. They ain't our sponsor, but shout out to them. Anything I ordered something from Florida. Oh, Blue Stone Crab. It's a restaurant in Florida where all they sell is just them blue stone crabs. That's it. And I ordered it from there. It was pricey, but I saw it on like Food Network or some shit. And they sent it. The shit was perfect. There's this guy online that sells oxtails.
Crabs do well though. terms of freezing and shit like so you know what I mean. Yeah, I can see that shit work very well.
You ever seen
You
that
said a
dude with
steak? You mean
the
a steak though?
sunglasses? No, yes, that's what I'm about to tell you. There's a dude with the sunglasses. I know I'm just a fat boy, I get it, but there's a guy on the internet, I hope y'all seen him, where he got like the oxtails and shit, the big ass grill. He's from Texas or somewhere, Utah, I think.
he roll it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can order from
Oh yeah, he be calling
him.
them soft. He be calling them softballs and shit.
Yeah, him, that guy. You can order from him, and he has like hot link, all the country shit. So we ordered like one day for a cookout, like $800,000 worth of shit. But it was all my brothers and sisters because we always was talking about, you send the videos back and forth about how good the shit looked. It came in a freeze dried container, and all you had to do was take the whole freeze dried thing, because I guess it's oven safe, and just put it in the oven for like 45 minutes. And then when the shit came out, man, that shit tasted official, for real official, better than something I could have cooked. So the technology's come a long way with like freeze dried stuff. It ain't all Omaha steaks from online and shit anymore. This shit is good, man.
I be traveling a lot though. My daughter do gymnastics and stuff, and I was just through somewhere in Naptown. We went to Rhode Island. I'm in Oklahoma, but it is some good places that you stop through, and it's just I don't know how to freeze. I don't know how that would work, because I'm a little weird with my food, but yeah, that'll be, it might be somewhere app cool or a website cool to where I'll find places to eat, because that's always the dilemma when we somewhere, is what we gonna eat, and everything is expensive, so that it really doesn't matter with food. Everything costs $100,000 now, so yeah, I might have to look into that. But you saying that's an order service though, is what you saying?
Yeah, it's called Goldbelly. Like for remember the joke Diddy sent them guys for Junior's Cheesecake?
Yeah.
So Junior's Cheesecake is like a big deal. It's like a world, like globally, it's a big deal. But they could only make the money they make from the city. So Food Network, what is it, diners, drive-ins, and dives, and all that. They show you these places and like places you ain't never gonna go. So on Goldbelly, it's a site that'll be like, all right, you can't fly to New York and get Junior's Cheesecake, but they got a deal with them where it's gonna cost you more, but you ain't got to do the flight and all of that. So the cheesesteak might be $80 versus $20, but you want the experience of saying you had it, so they'll ship it to you directly from that restaurant, and then you can have it that way. You know what I'm saying? So like what's the dude, Harold's Chicken and Waffles in Chicago? You hear about Harold's Chicken and Waffles all day long, but for a time it was only in Chicago. Now the shit everywhere. But if you wanted that for a long time, I used Goldbelly for one thing. I've used it for a bunch of things, but I used it specifically one time because I wanted to hear what the hell is Harold's Chicken with mild sauce. Because I kept hearing about rappers talk about this shit over and over again. Harold's Chicken with mild sauce. Harold's Chicken with mild sauce. And then I had it. That shit was amazing. And then when I wanted to try the mumbo sauce from DC, but I didn't feel like going to DC. You just order it, and then you have the experience or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, you can order Magic City. You can order Magic City.
Maybe Pepperloo.
Magic City lemon like the JR Crickets, American Deli. You can, just so you get the experience without having to
and the travel now.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Chef. I got a bone to pick with you, Chef.
Go ahead. Dig it up.
He said, talking to the mic. Nah, I'm fucking with you, Chef. No, you know it ain't never nothing. You know it ain't never shit. Just don't agree with you in it about his anger. Just regular shit that we do.
and the Black Egypt.
You know it, motherfucker, right? Motherfuckers come on here scared, pussyfooting around you niggas. Fuck out of here. Niggas scared of y'all niggas. Shit. No, me and Logic was on fire just a minute ago, man. Me and Logic. Oh, let me turn this shit down. Oh, Jacksonville just scored a touchdown. Who scored for Jacksonville? Yeah, it's football on. What you niggas? Yeah, you niggas pick the weirdest. So this is what y'all doing. Y'all in here and then y'all put it on YouTube. So y'all be lost. I'll be
Yeah.
lost as hell. I'll be arguing with the motherfucker recorded video in the chat.
Yeah, Tuck. Hey, Tuck, you be wilding like a motherfucker. This nigga Tuck was like, nigga, y'all gotta put this a fucking replay, nigga. I'm cussing this nigga out. Y'all talked about this shit a week ago, nigga. Bro, because the thing is, I don't like, it's still a show sometimes. It's a real conversation, but still a show. So sometimes I'll record it if I don't think we're gonna be talking that long. That way I could just add it to something else. But if we're gonna go live, that's cool. But believe it or not, Tuck, a lot of these tough ass motherfuckers with their conversation and the shit, these premises they want to stand on and these thoughts they want to stand on, they won't stand on these motherfuckers if the camera's on. That's the whole point. You might not. It might not be an issue for you, but some of these gangsters, we done had a lot of gangsters in here. As soon as I said we was recording, that mute button don't never come off mute. Now they ain't not tough no more. So
yeah, I get it, but sometimes they spaces in the chat because Shakir be having me on fire, boy. Oh wait, but his place I heard him come up a couple of times though, but his place is in the chat. A couple of people, but Astro getting better at the coming off and talking and all of that shit though. But I mean, I just know these people from other places though, because I didn't been in these spaces a while though, for a long motherfucking time. So like,
Shakir, unmute Smalls.
Okay.
No,
Shakir, you could do it. Hits. Why are you asking us to do it? You can do it.
Shit.
Where?
All you gotta do is hold his name.
Yeah, I don't.
Just hold your finger on the thumbnail and just press server on mute.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's for man. You don't know that work.
Yeah. So
don't make me scroll. I don't want to scroll.
I'm trying to find the exact point hits for you. I got you.
No, yeah, I don't see all that. No, I don't have them muted. Mine says.
No, I just took it off.
You muted. Okay. Oh, okay.
But no, it's funny watching the people in the chat that they just hate people, and I don't know where it comes from. Like Shakir hates the pseudo killers and but I don't even know why. Babylon Dunn, he just hates us. I don't know why. Like I have no idea, but it's because probably it's something I didn't see.
No, they didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
They didn't side, Brads, and more than being right or wrong, they gotta justify what side they pick. It's like the GOAT debate. It's like niggas don't see nothing good the other dude did. They always talk about how bad they is. Oh, you got that wrong. But they'll never come. It's just like on Facebook. I learned it on Facebook like 10 years ago. A motherfucker show up to a post that they disagree with. But the agreeing shit, nah, they don't do that. They might accidentally give you too much credit. And then they gotta stop arguing.
Yeah, Babylon Dunn just like everybody. They just
you chopped and screwed you.
Matrix.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, I said Babylon Dunn bang on everybody.
Yeah, he's a gangster with his posts because he do like memes and pictures and missiles and all kind of weird shit. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know you could do that.
He one of the best to do it, and he always leave his quotes. Babylon Dunn.
Yeah, Les Barbecue. That's what I'm talking about.
He got a text message signature.
Yo, he really do.
Everything at Babylon Dunn.
He really do, bro. He really he'll say some wild shit and then he'll do like a this, that, and the other and sign off on every post. Just watch.
Right. Big up Virginia.
Essentially. What happened?
I gotta give him an interview too. I see him on TikTok. He always popping every once in a while. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that boy y'all had on the show the other day was wild. What the boy name was? He said we come from Alaska and shit. I was like, oh man, I can't even troll. Can't even troll in there no more. This nigga is killing me. He was the troll. He was the big troll. He was the big troll that they found just inside of the mountain and shit. God,
you talking about the nigga with the 20,000 years that came on the show last night? The nigga was here 20,000 years ago.
And he threw Logic off. He had Logic off.
Oh, you talking about last night? Yeah.
Yeah, that's some new nigga. I don't know who the fuck that is.
I was mad as hell at Shepherd Corey about that shit. Because I'm like, if we waiting on y'all niggas to come to the
Brad.
panel, and Logic get beat up by a goddamn Abo before y'all even come to the panel, nigga, I left the game and went in the bathroom and joined the panel. Like, this shit ain't happening to my dog.
Logic didn't really get beat up.
No,
He
he's
just
about
let
to
it go.
do. He's about to take Logic down the street. Somebody said Brass. Who was that? Somebody said Brass. Is that
So
Chef?
you funny as shit.
Hey, I knew you was mad, Brass, because how you came on. You said, hey, I know we do all of this, but what is you talking about? What is you?
Yo, because he lied right, yo. Because Tuck, he was, I come save him, Paul. Don't say that, man. My thing was, I'm watching the game and I'm trying to listen. So in between everybody yelling, this nigga saying some wild shit. So like, imagine at the game, you hear like, yeah, and I'm in this bitch like, what the fuck he say? And as soon as they be quiet, I hear, yeah, 20,000 years ago, you know, what do you mean you called me a nigga? And I was like, oh, I got the fuck up.
He had already rocked. He had already.
I jumped out that motherfucking chair so fast.
Yeah, because he rocked Lottie to sleep, right?
Like, hell no.
He came in like, so he rocked Lottie to sleep. He came in like, yeah, Lottie, I agree with you. So, you know, we got people of color coming to the America. Like, yeah, he got him.
He got Logic.
Bro, and then he tried to hit me with the, because I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, Logic was saying some things that I agreed with. And I'm like, what? I'm like, hell, I know he ain't, I know for a fact you ain't about to rock me to sleep, nigga. Get to the point. That's what I'm like, get to the point, bro. Well, I was trying to. No.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what he started doing, Brad.
Yeah, I was trying to before you came in and started talking. I was like, yeah, whatever, bro. Get to the point. Like, whatever you got to say, just say it and get the fuck on.
You said,
who y'all talking about?
The dude, there was a guy on a show last night.
Jason, the nigga named Jason.
Logic doing the show. He talking to Unc and about Naeem Akbar, and nigga came up there and hit Logic with the, because you know black people. And see what Logic I don't think saw. He was kind of having fun, you know, playing with his food or whatever. But the guy was about to have Logic off into some racist shit. Because he was like, I do agree that the black ideology is da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And Logic was like, yeah. I'm like, whoa, no, you don't agree to that shit? What are you talking about?
He was told. I saw it.
And it's still saying them assholes in the fucking chat talk. They sitting here watching the body bag get pulled out. They watching the gun get put to Logic head, and it's also there like
the worst.
Yeah, well, you know, niggas gotta die. You know, some people die. You look at
the chat. I look at the chat. I was like, yo, somebody go help Logic. I said, Haskell, go help. I said, somebody go help him. Toast.
Yeah, because Logic, it ain't that Logic couldn't have dealt with him, but Logic was in a different, like he was in a different space.
Logic wasn't paying attention.
He wasn't paying attention. Yeah, he having a picnic. A lion sneaking up behind. I see the lion. He's sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Eat shrimp, dip shrimp cocktail. I'm like, boy, you don't got lions on your ass. But somebody help that.
That lion is on your ass, nigga.
Nah, he was practicing for a southpaw. That motherfucker came in there, orthodox, and the motherfucker like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Logic was in a whole other space. He waiting on Chef, you waiting on Corey, and this motherfucker hit the play. He probably, when he hit the add to the stage, he probably thought that was Chef or Corey. That shit, the nigga just went in there, so hey, don't call me nigger.
And he was
that nigga came in with the nigga shit. That was crazy.
And then he was like, he was like, I'm from Oklahoma, but I live in Germany. My name is Jason, but black people were here 20,000 years before the Americans. And then so it's like, so in his message, you like, what the fuck did you just say? And then when I was like, you said you was from Oklahoma. I'm from Germany.
That's where he was Shang Tsung on his ass.
Yeah, that nigga was everything.
Hey, do you mean nigga as a term of endearment, or do you mean nigga as a
said that shit? I was right about to go into the. I was just about to open the door to the bathroom when I heard Logic say, niggas a term of endearment. I said, oh God. Oh God. They about to be talking for 2 hours on
Brad
nothing.
had to jump. You had to jump over the back row of the seats to get to yeah,
Nigga.
but get him out of here in the
Oh
nicest way
my
possible.
God.
Get him
Because
out
see,
of
another
here.
thing, what y'all don't know about Logic will cuss that motherfucker out.
Oh,
So
I know that.
but then you lose when you do that. Because Logic
Yeah.
was already in a badass mood. If you cuss this nigga out, he wins.
Right.
He wins. If you cuss him out, he
Yep.
wins. You gotta kind of like, you gotta kill him with some kind of information or whatever. But I knew that wasn't for it. Then the shit got back on the rail. But what he didn't know, Logic was about 10 seconds cussing that nigga smooth out. Smooth out.
But you need one of them on your team too, Brad. You need to cuss a motherfucker out on the team too. Shit.
We got
That's
too many
Corey,
of them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
on the
that's
team.
Corey, though.
Our whole starting five is a motherfucking cuss you out. What we need is some scientists around us. That's what we need some actual people that can have I can't, like, me personally, I can't have the ABO conversation scientifically, but I can tell you it don't make sense. But when they start talking about King running bull and motherfucking over in North Dakota behind the mountain, they found bones and all that, like, I can't. I can't do it.
I'm gonna just tell you that crazy ass nigga made me. I missed out on a whole joint between him and Stu Pease. Like I went to sleep disappointed
Wait,
last
Smalls.
night.
Hold on, Smalls. Stupings went crazy. WEB.
You heard that conversation? You know what I'm talking about, Tuck?
Oh man. Oh yeah, but
I made the mistake.
I made the mistake of
what y'all talking about?
Oh, yeah, you weren't in here. Like,
Small, turn your microphone
went
down
on
just a little bit.
And here on the
I
show.
can turn it down. It was actually in here. Hold on, let me turn my mic down. Hold on.
On the
Hold on,
show
wait a second,
last night or on the Discord chat show?
This was on the in the Discord, right? And
okay,
I fucked around. Yeah, I fucked around, and what happened was my earbud went dead, and so my phone started playing out loud. This nigga was talking about some. He went on some. Oh, we're not recording right now, are we?
Yes, nigga.
Oh well, shit! I can't even. I'm not even gonna repeat that shit. I'm not gonna repeat the shit that he was talking about.
It was already played. Whatever he said was recorded.
Well, then this nigga went on a BBL destruction mission, like big.
Now I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this shit was. Oh, what was you talking about, Tuck?
Talking about he calling WB Du Bois a motherfucking.
Oh, and then that too.
He called WB Du Bois a what?
A pseudo.
A pseudo. Oh, yeah.
That crazy shit.
No. I was there for
that shit was super wild.
The talent, talent. This nigga went against the talented 10th in the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. That's when Chris Harris was in here. Yeah, that's when Chris Harris was in here.
That is off the rails. What are you doing?
Yeah, like
something else at this point. Don't say pseudo no more. Don't describe another nigga as pseudo.
No. What we had to see, the thing is, Tuck, pseudo been misused in this community for so long. I didn't realize it until I heard the pseudo killers talk about it one time, and they was right. Pseudo, in the terms that you're using it, is when you're trying to pass off something that's not scientific as science, pseudoscience. Now, you can have pseudo history, pseudo this, pseudo that, but those people just think that was pseudo. What W.E.B. Du Bois was using culture and politics, but he wasn't saying that the talented 10th was a genetic biological certainty. So it wasn't pseudo. He wasn't passing it off as science.
That's the extra step.
Right. That's the step where it becomes pseudo. But you can make a cultural thought or historical or political thought. But if you then W.E.B. Du Bois say it's a scientific thing, that's when it's pseudo. But I'm starting to realize I'm about to make a racist statement. Jamaicans have a problem with W.E.B. Du Bois. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, bro. I don't know what is the.
Him
Every
allowed to pull up.
conversation I've had.
Him
with
allowed to
people-
pull up.
No, yeah. Every conversation I've ever had where W.E.B. Du Bois was painted in like a terrible light was with a Jamaican. If the American Dream was telling us about W.E.B. Du Bois, Stu Pease was telling us about W.E.B. Du Bois. We was on a show about FBA, and they was calling them tethers and all this other shit. So yeah, it's wild how they see, or maybe not just Jamaicans, just people outside the country, how they look at W.E.B. Du Bois versus how we do. Like he was a colorist, but he wasn't a serial colorist at all. He
Right.
wasn't,
And I'm wondering what's the reason for that though, Brass. Because I tend to
anybody
notice
saying
that
the
as
10th,
well.
it's because they don't understand the talented 10th. And if you don't understand the talented 10th, this is where Sosa would be 100% right. Even if you didn't read the book, you would definitely have to understand the talented 10th before you start critiquing the talented 10th. Because he didn't create the talented 10th. A guy named William Morehouse created that concept, but that concept of is not physically 10%. He just used 10 as a symbolic number. It's just a small group of educated people, black people, and exceptional men are going to be the ones that push the community forward. But they never get to the part where W.E.B. Du Bois admitted that he was wrong, that the talented 10th was incorrect. He didn't incorporate. He was so busy going at Booker T. Washington, he forgot he was going to have to employ those people in the other quote unquote 90%.
Boy, you understand that good guy? Or who was that trying to talk?
That's Chef.
I had a question.
That Chef over
Chef,
there arguing.
You talking to us or you talking to other people?
He over there arguing the price for a fade.
Yeah.
That's what he over there.
Somebody said you took my shit up too high, nigga. I hate you Baltimore niggas. Fuck, I ain't want no Baltimore fade. I want a regular fade. Nigga.
You know, Chef, get out them $100 haircuts. See,
yeah, got my goddamn taper looking like a crab cake, nigga.
They about to tear the barbershop up. You gonna lie?
But no,
I was gonna lie
say,
talking about W.E.B. Du Bois. He's about to get the shit beat out of him. He's about to get dog walk for that crab cake taper he gave.
Crab cake taper.
But you know what though, Brass? One thing that I question though is why the pushback on the talented like Stu Pease, and no discredit to him, I consider him an intelligent brother.
Man, just kill him. You gotta call him intelligent first.
I'm just saying, this nigga took us on a whole whirlwind about how the 10% is pseudo and yeah, like, why the fuck such a pushback on that? Like,
because the 10%, because if you don't understand it, Smalls,
right?
There was a problem with the talented 10th. I can admit it. W.E.B. Du Bois is one of my, besides Carter G. Woodson and Martin Luther King, W.E.B. Du Bois is in my top 5 if we're doing GOATs. And when you look at it, it creates something that we don't necessarily need. It really pushed elitism. And elitism in the black community and the black bourgeoisie, and then you start getting into the Divine Nine and all of that. Like once you start doing that, it's such an elitist conversation. But here's the thing: it removes the other 90%. So the other 90% is like, why would we trust? Hold on, the other 90% is saying to W.E.B. Du Bois, "Okay, cool, y'all gonna lead the way." And y'all gonna be accepted by white people, and you're gonna somehow lead our entire race when we get you into these schools and y'all start pushing legislation and this, that, and the other. But the problem is the other 90%, they're waiting. What are they supposed to do? So they're waiting on this small group of people that's supposed to lead everybody. And then what their thing is the mistrust of anything elite, whether it has color or not. So now they're looking like, well, when y'all get into these elite circles, all these people, all the white people, quote unquote, at the time is gonna do is just pay you. And they're gonna give you the money and again bring you up there with them. And now your elite ass is up there looking at us.
You just heard
Hey,
Stu P.
Brass.
The
Hold
whole
on, no.
reason-
Hey, but Brass, wasn't the boys was a response to the white, not even including 10% of the black, though, right?
It was definitely a response, but it was an adaptation of William Morehouse saying, like we need a small contingent, hyper-focused elite group that's focused on bringing the whole population, not we just need a hyper-focused elite group. That hyper-focused elite group was like the white people to combat them, but our group was going to have to be focused on bringing up the rest of the race.
Yeah.
The white people can
up.
just be a hyper-focused elite group amongst their race, and it wouldn't even, it wouldn't even matter.
And Brad,
let Logic get in there.
Good. I'm gonna mute up.
Wait, don't y'all got a debate?
I'm gonna be it's in a couple hours. I'm putting it together while we talking.
Okay.
Who got a debate? Logic. Hold on, sorry.
Logic and Joey are debating Egypt this evening.
Yeah, but what Stu Pease was actually trying to say is actually basically trying to call W.E.B. Du Bois a not like black activist. Like, I'm trying not to say it like really vulgar, but he really was trying to be disparaging towards him in that particular way. The whole time, the tell of the 10th that's W.E.B.'s way of saying, and he thinks that that 10% could carry the rest of the black community, be isolated from the community.
Right.
So for him to be making that argument based on the fact that he was a colorist, like you just trying to, you know what I'm saying? You really trying to say something that he's not. And then for him to be one of the easy examples of like he's touted as one of the best American scholars ever. Like everybody acknowledges him that way. So for you to be like the one lone Jamaican trying to say, "Oh, he was really a piece of shit," man, I don't even want to hear that.
It's not one lone though. It's not the first time I heard it though either. But I get what you're saying. But on the flip, it could be used in some of the arguments against you too, Logic. You know that, right? What you just said.
Well, one thing I would say.
Hold on, get out the way, Smalls. Damn.
Well, damn, my bad. I didn't know I could.
No, they about to go. No, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta look at you gotta read the room and know Logic about to have a conversation.
Okay, I'm
Don't
shut up.
Just write it down.
No, I'm out.
That's fine too.
I didn't want it to go too much further than that though, but it's just that it could be looked at as the way that Stu Pease looked at it. Like sometimes when you look at things on the other side, the way that you look at it, and then somebody else got to push for it. So what you just said that about the boys, it could be used in conversations about not many of those people that y'all still think is pseudo and all of that though, but some of the people that was fringe pseudos I don't even like pseudo, but some people.
I'm being specific. I'm being direct. I want you to be able to be direct with me because I'm specifically saying. That day, Stu Pease was trolling. He was trying to mount an argument.
No, he wasn't. He was not. That's why I said, my bad, Logic. My bad.
Like literally, like one of the people you might like, this nigga is close to being like one of the best human beings in human motherfucker.
My bad. 1 second.
Now you good. So like, there's just not enough room for you to even make this argument. And then you're trying to pigeonhole it into some dumb shit that don't even prove your whole premise, which is he did all of that to not support all the black people. That's
I didn't heard people say Malcolm was pseudo. I didn't heard people say, I didn't heard people say.
You wouldn't hear niggas say Malcolm was he didn't want to help all the black people. You wouldn't hear nobody saying that.
I heard him say he was pseudo. That's what I said. That's what I just said out of my mouth. It's being direct. I done heard niggas say Malcolm was pseudo. So in the same way that, and then you hear in the times a lot. I know you hear that a lot, Logic. People say in they times. So I'm saying it could go either way for me. I try not to have. I try not to pick sides a lot, so I can argue with all you niggas. So I can disagree with
That's
all
cool.
of you.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, him, like when I'm talking about Malcolm, the things that he's pseudo about are almost like not why I go to Malcolm, right? I don't go to Malcolm to learn about stuff that I want, that I would expect to get from like a college course. You know what I'm saying? So if he's getting some of that stuff wrong, I absolutely am not, faulting Malcolm the same way I would fault a person who's claiming to be a college professor.
Like Dr. Ben, right?
Right, exactly, right? Like he's not even promoting himself as that person. There's two different things. So him being pseudo, so him being pseudo versus versus the other word, like that's more what I'm talking about.
So why
hold on real quick. Let me just say this.
You about to throw me off. You about to throw me off.
Go ahead, bro.
So why can't you go? So why can't you go to those people that you think the pseudo for the stuff that you need them for? Why does the pseudo come up when it's just maybe a piece of their work? Sometimes the people you're talking about, like I know y'all say pseudo was a lot of Dr. Ben, but why can't you go to the pieces that like the chronology of the Bible or something that you might need? Why can't you go to that? But you gotta go to they pseudo. You gotta try to throw the whole of the person away. Now maybe we shouldn't have listened to him before this specifically. Maybe we should have listened to him for this specifically. But why is you trying to make him? See, I think pseudo is a tag for a person that we shouldn't listen to at all. That's what I think when I say pseudo. So why can't you just, like you just said, you don't go to Malcolm for certain things. You go to him for certain other things. So why can't that be the deal and not the discreditment of their whole entire works?
Well, I mean, first off, we throwing the word around a little too loosely anyway, because he's not posing himself as being science or making scientific claims. He is making claims, like which as people do, by right. I just know I'm not going to hold Malcolm to the standard that I hold a scientist making claims.
But pseudo don't gotta be scientific. It don't gotta be scientific. You can be pseudo and be wrong and non-scientific from the beginning. They don't have to be that. I mean, me and Gozy, man, we're popular around this community, right? The real.
But you breaking up a little bit, though.
From the fact that the nigga pseudo and then like he making bad claims to saying he's not for all black people, like them two totally different conversations in themselves. Like the argument Stu Peas was making, right, is that the nigga was being a fake advocate for all of African Americans. That's what he was talking about when he was saying pseudo, right? But when he's saying pseudo, he talking about that talented 10, and he keeps trying to say the talented 10 was not for all black people. That's what he trying to say. So y'all trying to around all of that shit. I could have sworn it started what Stu Peas was saying.
But it wasn't. It wasn't.
But how can you call John Henry Clark pseudo if Malcolm X used John Henry Clark as a historical reference? This is a phone book, like for Turkish history and all that.
Yeah, I don't. Based on how y'all using the word, I mean, them people that fit the definition, they fit the definition.
So W.E.B. Du Bois is pseudo.
It's misused sometimes.
Call it the talented 10th a scientific claim.
Yeah, but
if you want to call them pseudo, you have to do something else. You got to do it.
It's misused sometimes. Tuck is misused a lot.
Y'all do know Malcolm X was a preacher, right?
Hold on, Chef.
Yeah. We just throw it out there a lot of times.
Y'all do know Malcolm X was a preacher. So, I mean, why would you put him in the same category as Francis Chris Welsing or somebody, right?
Right.
That's he's a preacher, right? So we don't get on Dr. Martin Luther King for using his Christianity, right? Because we know he was a preacher. But his attempt to level the playing field, right? That's what we give him credit for, right? Malcolm X attempt to level the playing field, or you know what I mean. That's what we give him credit for, not that he had to be accurate when he's a goddamn preacher.
But Chef, that's what I'm saying. Keeping them in a box eliminates the pseudo, right? That just eliminates it from talking about anybody like that. Really, keeping them in a box.
No, but I think that's the best argument.
That's a good
I
point.
think that you just made the best argument for everybody. Now,
Right.
if you can, that's the best. Like, I'm not even going to argue with you over that, even though I can find disagreement in it. Yeah, the way that you put it, like, bro, I can leave people alone if they stay in their fucking lane. You can
Yeah.
And like pseudo is like
to discredit. I think we do that though, and like I was saying, I don't know why. I don't know why you would go to fucking Michael Jordan and ask him about Emmitt Smith. I don't know why niggas do that.
So what if they spoke on it?
The thing is, pseudo don't mean 100% incorrect either. You can be pseudo and be half correct. You can be pseudo and like half correct.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you call somebody pseudo, right? That means that person is a charlatan, a scammer.
Right.
Now, somebody can have work that's pseudoscientific. They can write something that's pseudoscientific. That's why the labeling somebody as pseudos are more problematic, because you're saying like I would call Phil Valentine a pseudo because I think he's a scammer and a charlatan. Dr. Sabi, shit like that. That, you know what I mean? Because I mean, don't listen to nothing they say. That's how I mean it. You know what I'm saying? They scamming.
That's what I'm talking about. And when it's used so loosely, we throwing people away, and then we'll move to their expertise or something that they helped in, and then somebody will come back with a pseudo, and then it's like, damn, I can't listen to nothing the niggas say now.
So what should we listen to Dr. Ben about?
I knew you was gonna do it. I knew you.
What the fuck should we listen to that nigga about?
I gotta do an expose of Dr. Ben. I never read his book, so I don't know. Now I know something he said live. That's probably, but I never read any books. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to do his book. You know what I'm saying? And like to kind of like flush everything out.
Well, Silver, God bless you.
Oh, sorry.
What you say?
I'm still waiting to get what we can redeem about Dr. Ben's work.
Well, that's what I was going to say. God bless Sosa that he will live another.
What about chronology of the Bible? Fuck it.
Did you read
He wrote that book? That's a book?
Yeah, it's a book.
Did you read it?
What about listen,
what's wrong with it?
Fuck it. We'll do all of it.
No. We know his Egypt shit is fucked up. All right, so let's go. Let's go to the chronology of the Bible, right?
Okay. What he saying now?
That nigga was a Hebrew Israelite, so we not listening to him.
No, what he say though? What he say though? Like,
so you finna listen to motherfucking Captain Tazoriak about the Bible?
I mean, if he right, what he? I mean,
no,
listen,
whatever he's right about. Whatever he's right about, I'm sure is a credible Bible scholar that then already said that ain't gonna fuck it up like him. So there's no point listening
you can find him somewhere else.
No, I get it. I'm saying like if it's problematic, right? I will listen to a Christian, you know what I mean, chronology. But I'm saying like, what is his work? Is it right though, or is he messing it all up? Is what I'm asking.
Man, niggas talking about.
I'm gonna go by today.
Ain't none of these niggas right about the damn Bible.
I should do something on. Like I said, I ain't,
I'm
that's something I ain't gonna read.
Brought it up. Tuck said we can redeem him because he's Hebrew Israelite and he wrote that chronology of the Bible. The nigga also lied about being a Jew from Ethiopia,
that character,
Yemen, in Puerto Rico. So why the fuck would I listen to him? Man,
that's character. That's character. Now that's different from his work. Now you can say he was scamming. But I'm saying, like, what's the work, though? We got to do a show called Saving Dr. Ben. I want to hear what's in the chronology of the Bible.
If you're scamming, that means you pseudo. So like, I mean, if you not already got to the point where he's scamming, so I don't think you need to read his book.
Yeah, yeah. If
No,
you
but they
lying
had to
about,
talk about the chronology of he brought it up. So I'm saying, like, I want to know.
Show. I want Tuck to do
but I'm
that
just
show.
saying though.
I'm not gonna kill
Good,
Dr.
good.
Ben no more. I'm not gonna be responsible. I'm not gonna be known as the nigga that killed Dr. Ben for everything. So since Tuck is saying, you feel me, he can be redeemed through his pamphlet, the chronology of the Bible, and that's one of Unc's favorites. Again, you dig what I'm saying? I'm saying,
Because mostly,
let's get it, and Tuck, you break that shit down.
yeah, because
Wait,
mostly when we
wait,
talk
wait,
about,
wait.
mostly when a conversation happened about Dr. Ben is mostly around his deeds, you know what I'm saying, his actions, like, you know what I'm saying, but very little was actually talked about in terms of a scholarship. Like, I've heard some interviews, the coin thing, you know, the show I'm talking about, Chef, with him and that dude, and he said some things wrong in the, and I think he used, old boy with the, what's the dude name that messed up the time that the Christian library was killed, destroyed in Greece.
The Library of Alexandria.
Was Stolen Legacy? Was it Stolen Legacy with him?
Then Dr. Ben say something about Hannibal.
Yeah, Gino James. Yeah, he messed that up. Yeah. But a lot of people mess it
Can I
up.
ask
A
you?
lot of black people mess it up by Hannibal.
Y'all
Well,
want,
then,
y'all want
then can I ask you a question, though, Sosa?
Question about what? I ain't read Dr. Ben book.
Well, no. I'm just saying though. You're saying that this person lied about himself. So if he lied about himself, why would I want to listen to anything else he's got to say about anybody else?
okay, let's
That's what I'm saying. That's fine. That's fine.
Can
You
we
don't have to listen
redeemable?
to him.
Like, damn, you niggas is
Go
boy,
ahead.
y'all
He was right
crap.
about one thing.
Crap.
That's all.
Say it again?
No. Chef asked. No, I'm just following. We're just following the conversation.
Yes. Is the argument redeemable at all, Corey?
Which one and who you talking about?
Shake answer Joe. Can we
He's not redeemable.
Oh,
That's my that's my guy.
I don't know that they need to be. I mean, redeemed. Don't nobody even know them other than the members of Sinetta's community.
Ain't true. That ain't true.
Yeah, I wouldn't know these niggas if it wasn't for something that.
Right. No motherfucker like redeem them from who? I said shake out the Diop to a nigga on the street, they wouldn't know who the fuck I was talking about.
No, that's the wrong.
Redeem from pseudo.
No, we trying to redeem them from pseudo, not whether they're relevant to black people. It ain't. You know what I mean? I'm saying. No. So I'm saying that there's no way to save them, Tuck. You dig what I'm saying? Because the shit that they might have got right, is the same shit that we get right. Just reading the periphery of history, hold on. Just reading the peripheral of history, you're going to be able to get the basic shit right. They promoted specific shit that that's what makes them pseudo and wrong. It's the shit that they stood on. Everybody gets some shit right in the fucking conversation. You get some shit right about Egypt in the conversation. But that's
the conclusion. It's the conclusion.
Right. So who they got out their lane, okay? Pseudo. Okay, cool. But if we keep them to the shit that they got right, what can we do? But see,
then we don't need them. Then we don't need them. If we keep them to the shit that
we
they got,
can get that shit from somewhere else. We can get that shit from somewhere
else. A
else.
fifth grader would have got it right. The shit that they got right, a fifth grader would have got it right.
Exactly, Corey, perfect point.
Y'all two niggas, boy. Y'all tough, boy. Y'all.
Saying Egypt is in Africa. Okay, they said that. Hold on. They said Egypt was in Africa. They got that right. Did we need them for that?
Know that. The fifth grader knows that.
The fifth grader know it now. So what did they say before they got there right?
What in Africa?
No,
I ain't never seen Egypt in no other place but Africa.
Nah, y'all something else.
So your teacher, so you finna sit here on this thing and tell me that your teacher told you that Africa or that Egypt was somewhere other than Africa?
After that.
No, don't change it. Don't change it. Answer the question. Your teacher. No. Tuck, listen. Y'all gotta cut this shit out in this community.
No,
I'm asking you a question. Did your teacher tell you that Egypt was not in Africa? Yes or no?
No, they didn't, because Dr. Ben corrected them.
Mercy.
I know both of y'all decide already. Now y'all about justifying y'all. I know that. I already
So
know
nobody
it.
knew where Egypt was at before Dr. Ben told him where it was at.
Not. So, because why he had to say it?
Shit, because he was a snake oil salesman. Is why.
I know. See, that's your position, Corey. I know it.
What?
That's your position. That's where you're gonna stand at.
I mean, when they flew, like, you had to know where you was going. If you was going to Egypt, you had to know, like I don't get it. All you had to do is look at a map. You mean to tell me y'all didn't have a globe in your classroom? Every classroom got a map and a globe. In the second, by the time you get to the second grade, you done seen a map and a globe every day for a whole school year, right? And you mean to tell me that you need Dr. Ben? Somebody needed Dr. Ben to tell them.
They must have.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
know who even drew the map and the globe that you was in the second grade, right? That you bought it from Scholastics. You bought the map and the globe from Scholastics, right? You mean to tell me them folks didn't know that when they was drawing that map, right, and sending it to them second grade teachers, they didn't know where Egypt was at either?
We talking about the people in Corey. You talking
knock that shit off, so.
Region hunting. That's what you. I know you talking about a region. What is you talking about?
I'm talking about a country.
My map was in a classroom in the 90s. That ain't what we talking about, Corey.
I went to school in the 80s. I was in the second grade in the 80s.
I bet you was. Oh, that was good too, big.
Yeah, I was in the second grade in the 80s, and we had a map. We had a map and a globe. I'm sure
I was born in 81.
Somebody older than me in here, ain't they?
What they
everybody had a globe. Everybody played that.
Okay, all right. Everybody but Tuck. Tuck didn't have a globe. He didn't get a globe in his classroom to the 90s.
Y'all know what it was.
Tuck didn't have one to the 90s. That's when he got a globe in his classroom.
The conversation was about separating Egypt from Africa.
You know that.
Come on, Corey.
You know that.
Come on, Concrete.
Listen, I ain't never thought Egypt was nowhere but Africa. I've never thought.
Everybody did. Everybody understood Egypt was Africa, Corey. That's not the argument. Everybody understood.
So what the hell is they talking about then?
It's the damn invading race theory that it wasn't this African development.
So,
it was outside
okay,
of
so that's another. You got to word it better than that. Like the whole thing about my teacher told me Egypt wasn't in Africa, bro. That's some wild shit.
You heard Dr. Ben.
Y'all need to word it the way Sosa worded it.
It wasn't even an issue until I came into the conscious community. Like this wasn't even a fucking issue. Like I don't know.
Yeah, we understand what we talking about, Corey. We know you don't like Dr. Ben, and that's the energy you gonna bring when everybody talks.
I'm gonna let y'all have it. Didn't nobody know what the fuck Egypt didn't know where the fuck Egypt was at until Dr. Ben.
Right. I'm
gonna have to roll with that again. So you gonna apologize for that, homie? Really?
No, I just want y'all to go and show it.
You gave an apologetic for that. Oh, like I mean, no.
I just said I want to see the thing. Like I said, I ain't never read a book. I didn't y'all talk about it stuff, but I've never, be educational for me.
No. You gave apologetics for the fact that Tuck didn't know where Egypt was at.
No,
You see, that's
See?
not a
Corey, hey Corey, hey, can I just say something? I went to an all-white Catholic
We're gonna end up
school.
being a gorilla, Corey. Don't do that. We're gonna
That's what they do. This is what they do.
Listen,
Attempt to
you told me
discredit.
your teacher didn't tell you right, and then Sosa came in and gave some apologetic that made it seem a little bit better, but not. It still ain't that good. You know what I mean? You trying to look good, but you still looking bad, bro. Go ahead, though.
Corey, I'm just saying. I went to an all-white Catholic school, and we learned about Egypt during Black History Month. So, like, I don't like what's that about?
I've never had. I've never had anybody talk about Egypt.
Hey, that lady's husband, that Catholic teacher's husband was a blackologist. They had no video for Egypt during Black History Month.
Crazy. That's crazy. She was a racist. She didn't want no people of color in her world. She's like, y'all can have all them ground. Like, Jesus Christ. I've never heard Egypt brought up there.
So now in every conversation, I don't know where Egypt at. Unc got 10,000 for the gorilla. This is what you do. This is.
I had already forgot about it, but you just reminded me about it. Okay, yeah. So now listen.
Shit. Here we go.
And none of us brought up no gorilla in
Now, okay, fine. You knew your teacher told you where Egypt was at, right?
I see that comment.
I'm gonna go with what Sosa said. Now, what you're saying to me, not what Sosa said, but I'm gonna parse out what you're saying to me. What you're saying to me is the teacher told you that Egypt was in Africa. Hold on, Tuck, because I want some clarity here.
No, because you're gonna make up something.
I'm not making nothing up. I'm not making anything up. I'm not making anything up. You're gonna agree with me and correct me in real time. You just gotta listen, though, right?
Why would I have to
listen.
making nothing up? Why would I have to do
because I'm trying to get clarity. So in me trying to looking for the clarity, you're giving me corrections on where I'm wrong at. That's how we work through the clarity. That's how we get through it.
Because you'll roll on. You'll keep pouring the concrete when it ain't mixed right.
I'm not gonna roll on. I know when they say pump off, I turn the concrete pump off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep going.
Go ahead.
So listen. So now the teacher told you that Egypt was in Africa, right? Am I walking with me?
That's not what we're talking about. You just
I want to know. I'm asking a question. I'm asking my own question.
Why?
I just want to know. I want to know where people at so that I understand you. I need clarity. I need some clarity.
Okay, I'm answering it now. The teacher doesn't have to tell you where nothing is. You can go see it for yourself. You can go look to see where Egypt is at. But the peopling is what we're talking about.
Okay, so you're talking about the peopling, right? So what did the teacher tell you about the peopling of Egypt?
They said that they was neither black nor white. In the 90s.
Your teacher, now you mean to tell me
they didn't.
The second grade teacher, the third grade, fourth the elementary school teacher told you. Hold on, because I need some more clarity here. Right?
We was learning states and shit in second grade. We wasn't in Africa. What you talking about?
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out when you learned about the peopling. So what grade was you in when you learned about the peopling of Egypt?
This is like 9th, 10th grade.
9th, 10th grade, and y'all learning about the peopling of Egypt? Okay, that's fine. And the teacher told you in the 9th, 10th grade. Now, what year is this? What year am I in here?
10th grade. It was 2004.
2004. The teacher then told you that the Egyptians wasn't neither black nor white, right?
Absolutely.
So you already been knowing the truth. Your teacher then told you the truth since the goddamn your teacher, the middle school teacher, know already in 2004 what the truth is. And here niggas is on YouTube don't know what the fuck it is, right?
Yeah,
You need to appreciate your teacher because she gave you some good information. She would. And
Michael Jackson
you
said that.
trying to discredit her.
came and left
You come on YouTube with these wild ass niggas and try to discredit her. But go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Michael Jackson said that.
Where the question come at, Corey?
Michael Jackson said that.
You answered it. You got a good education and you need to shut the hell up. You got a good education from Miss Pemberton. You got a real good education from Miss Pemberton. And you need to appreciate and thank her for that.
Really? Really, Corey? She telling you bullshit, and we supposed to thank?
Get him, Joey. Get him,
Oh,
Joey.
he's in the
So he finna go against his high school teacher. His high school teacher was trying to eat
Don't
you.
talk about Miss Pemberton. Don't talk about Miss Pemberton, Joey.
Let me say that. Okay.
Hold on.
Chef gotta say something. Let Chef say something.
No, I have a and you got me fired up. Corey, first of all the time we was all of a sudden now I'm good to offer we fucking neutral race. Come on, Corey. We was always big black atheist niggas. Now all of a sudden we got something good to offer. We fucking Zahir Was.
Zahir was black and white. Answer me this question. Answer me this question. Is Zahir Was black or white? Answer me. I bet you won't answer that.
He don't know what the fuck he is. He don't know what the fuck he is.
Is Zahir Was black or white? Which one? Go ahead.
No. Corey, listen to me. Let me finish.
No. Listen to me. Corey, listen to me.
He's a modern Egyptian.
This ain't even what we were talking about. He was talking about
Zahir black or white.
Y'all love Black Egypt. Y'all love Egypt, boy. We were talking about redeeming pseudos, and you just ran off with the smelly fish, Corey. You done ran.
Yeah, well, that's why. I mean, I don't know. Several wanted to say something anyway. Let my niggas say something. Anyway, shut up. Your microphone is fucked up, Joey. Your mic fucked up.
Corey went to the exact place that we need to talk about. Because you have
we
a
don't need
fucking
to talk about that. He right about that. We don't need to talk about that.
People are black, but they're not Negro. What the fuck does that mean? They don't have the Negro lips.
Listen, I'll answer your question if you tell me if Zahir Was is black or white. Which one? Which one is Zahir Was?
Zahir Was, according to genetics, he's 7% or 80%.
No, I want to know, is he black or white?
No, he's 20%. He's 20%.
No, I don't give a damn about the percentage. I'm not talking about the damn percentage. I'm asking you. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. I want to know from you, Joey. Listen up, Joey. I want to know from you. Is he black or white? Don't give me no numbers. I don't want to hear a number out your goddamn mouth. Tell me yes or no.
He's a pale Arab. He's a pale Arab.
Is he black or white? Is he black or white? Which one?
He's a pale Arab.
That ain't answering my question. That's not answering my question. My question is he black or white?
He's a pale Arab.
So the real answer, listen, Tuck, your teacher gave you the right answer, and he won't say it because Zahir Was is neither black nor white. You understand that, Tuck?
He's not an ancient Egyptian. He's not an ancient Egyptian.
Like they black? Like that's
Hey Joey, you.
I'm talking about what Joey's saying. Like that's what he's saying.
Hold on.
I'm saying if I describe him as being neither black nor white, technically speaking, that doesn't describe the ancient population who
Oh,
told
I
us
didn't ask you
that they
about
were
them.
black.
I just asked you about Zahi Hawass.
Oh
That's it.
man.
That was
Zahir
it.
Watts is a white boy. Let's
No,
put it
he's
out.
not.
Y'all
No,
wanted his
he's
answer.
fucking his thing. He's a fucking white boy. He's a
It
fucking
was
white
hard
boy.
to get that out of you, though.
He's black and white. Okay, let's rock with
After
that.
he realized he wasn't black nor white, then he said, "No, he a white boy.
That
He a white
He
means
said,
boy."
"Let's rock with you."
racist, nigga. That's why they be just say that shit.
Logic, don't jump in, Logic. Yo,
No, you
about to debate this nigga. He already done took a nasty L. He took a nasty L before his debate.
Hold on, Jeff. If you want to,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Joey, you might have fucked this one up.
No,
Corey just cleaned you up with one question.
No, if you want to force me, you're forcing me to use a term. So I'm telling you, I'm gonna call him white. I'm gonna call him white.
Hey yo,
Why you got man be a white man? How would you call Zahi Hawass a white man? Go ahead. Explain to me why he white. Go ahead.
Hey yo, Zahir Watts is an Arabized Egyptian. He's indigenous, but Egyptians have been Arabized. Same way,
Is he black or white?
same way,
he black or white?
Is he
The
black
point
or
is
white?
whether he black or white.
Not haplogroup. Is he black or white?
He's not neither one. He's an Arabized indigenous.
See, the teacher gave you some good information, Tuck, and you sitting up here disgracing her.
He's an everybody's different. That was the bar right there. Like
Disgracing
that
that teacher.
gave you all the cheat
No,
codes.
Corey, if you're forcing me to go in terms of black or white, he's white because he's not black. Simple as that. White because he's not black.
Makes no sense.
Wow. So you know, there's another option. He could be neither one of them, though, right?
It's
You
a
know
black
that,
or
If
right?
you ain't black, if you ain't black, you're white. So if you ain't black, you're white. If you ain't white, you're black. That's how it works.
No, that ain't that. The world don't work like that. I'm sorry, but he's an Arab. He's an
You don't
Arabized
need to-
Egyptian, bro. He's indigenous. He's an indigenous Egyptian that's been Arabized, like most Egyptians. Though the same way you can talk about the Bagari. Same way you can talk about the. Hold on, bro. Let me talk, man. Damn. Same way you can talk about the Bagari Arab. Dang, bro. Do you just like hear yourself talk? Same way the Bagari Arabs are in West Africa, they might look black, but they still consider themselves Arabs.
Yeah, like you get too deep, Gullah. Like you think people know what a Bagari is? Gullah, a lot of people don't know what a Bagari is. Gullah, you get a little too. Who know what a Bagari is?
Sosa, he's wrong.
Well, they need to go. It's not my fault that they need a little bit more schooling, yo. That ain't my fault. They need a little bit more schooling.
An Arabite, hold on, an Arabite is someone who is black who takes on Islam, and that
we don't care. Y'all finna have a debate about that. Stop. I keep telling Joey to stop. That ain't what we were talking about.
No, they ain't debating that. No, they debating. They're debating if were the Egyptians oppressive, and did everyone go to heaven in Egypt? That's what they're debating.
Did everybody what?
Did everybody go to heaven? Yeah. Oh, I bet he had to do the comment. Did the comment for go to heaven?
Egypt, good Lord, y'all super high.
No, but that's an easy debate.
You know, Joey, little new, so he's trying to get his feet wet. I don't know how easy that is, Joey. I like you in the first part, not the first part, the second part, but the first part I think you're gonna get washed. I mean, I
So you have me at some.
But we'll see.
All right. Okay, we will see later.
We're gonna win it, yo. Got my money on Joey.
I love Logic, but I think that Logic is gonna come with the point that it may be hard for him to prove based on primary documentation. Because you can say anything, if you don't put a primary documentation, it doesn't count in life. You can't just pull up a chat GPT and say chat GPT said, or somebody else said.
You know, I don't have to go and do it all. I actually could just stand there and freestyle. That's what I want to do.
But you ain't going to debate that way.
I could. I mean, would
Don't
that
even
be?
say that, Mike.
No, you're not
do
going to
that.
win that debate.
Tell me how I got to fight.
That's true.
No,
But please
I'm
don't
giving
do it.
you, but I'm giving you the best advice that I can give you in this debate because ChatGPT can't help
If it's
you.
source, he get some source. If we got some source, you know, the source is the source. I don't think.
ChatGPT,
I don't think.
ChatGPT is not valid.
I don't think you need a source for the
Yes, you do.
oppression, bro.
Of
Oh,
course
you
you
need
do.
no source.
You,
Yeah,
you
no, you
don't
don't.
you don't need a source for that.
No, you can do
you
that
don't.
off. You can do that off a definition of what
Yes,
oppression
you
is.
do.
You don't need nothing.
Bro, first of all, if you don't know the word for oppression in the language, then what the fuck are
Oh,
you
don't
on?
use that, Joey. Don't use that. That's
No,
He
terrible,
didn't.
Joey.
no,
Don't use that.
Somebody
There's no
asked.
word
A scholar.
for that.
Listen. When a
Oh, I'm
scholar,
shut up.
hit me for a second, Joe. Your background. When a scholar says, "Were the Egyptians oppressive?" They're not asking according to Egyptian definition. That's not how it works, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what I'm saying. So what how they describe they having a word for it doesn't mean a thing. There's a criteria that fits oppression.
Can I
So if logic can show that they reach that criteria, then shit, it is what it
ask
is.
you questions? I'm asking you questions.
Hey, so
Dealing with,
stop that. Stop that.
we're dealing with
They wouldn't have
ancient
looked at it. I'm gonna use y'all. Reasoning.
Hold on,
They wouldn't have
hold on,
looked at
sorry.
it as oppression back then. So you can't
Let me
use the word oppression because they wouldn't even have looked at. They wouldn't have had no concept of what the way y'all use oppression today in 2025.
Hey, Joey, you wanna go first? You got all the time you need to lay your argument out there.
Y'all stop winning this debate with logic. Y'all stop doing that. He got into it.
Hey, what
I can't
time?
hear what you're saying, Joey.
What
I
time
just
is
like
it?
to be fair across the board.
What time
I think
is
it's
it?
about 7:30, right?
The debate, no.
Yeah.
The scheduled time is 8 o'clock.
All right. Well, I'm about to.
Hey, I
o'clock.
hope y'all know that Egyptians are only 11% Arab, the same amount of percent that African Americans have Native American DNA.
You see where you're going now?
You said 8 o'clock. You said 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm in Trinidad and Tobago. So somebody's gonna have to remind me an hour before because I don't have to do that. So you might have to remind me.
I'll look it up.
I'm not listening.
I thought it was either 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
Don't show up. Don't show up.
So what? 8:17. 8:17.
Smalls, you think I'm scared of logic? You think I'm gonna run and hide now?
I don't think you're scared
Hey,
of logic.
don't go do a sting operation. I know you Jamaican guys. Y'all like to run off and do sting operations. When the debate come up, y'all like to get on the police force.
Yeah, Brad, you can't put this out. You can't put this out, Brad. Yeah.
You might have to scrap this. You might have to scrap this.
I have to show up because I talk my shit. Whatever happens is gonna happen. I'm not gonna run and hide.
I'm telling you how to do it, Joey. I'm gonna let you.
So you ain't gonna have to do a sting operation, right? We gonna settle that.
I'm gonna let you go first. That way you can lay out your argument.
No,
you can try
doesn't work that way.
No, that flip us out.
Hey,
Right?
you out there.
Go figure it out.
Joey, I'm just saying.
Hey, Corey, wait. Stop,
I'm
Smalls.
telling you, if I go first, I'm gonna make it too simple, bro. I'm gonna just
Corey,
What up, Tug?
Corey, why did anybody ever let you hear that?
Hear what?
Yeah, sting operation.
Oh yeah. That ain't no way you believe it. You don't even believe that sting. You don't believe the sting.
Hey, go kill my man. No, sir. They can't listen.
Well, Chuck, I'm not sure if you told me to shut up, but I think Joey should go with that.
Miles, I don't think you should be doing all this training either right now either. I think you need to chill.
No, I'm saying,
You know what that- it's actually odd. Though.
Joe should
Like,
go.
now that you brought it up, it's like, why are
Joe,
we not supposed to be able to say that? You know what I'm
Say
saying?
what?
Like, that it don't sound likely that you working directly with the police to arrest somebody.
No, that's
Like,
right. They
why?
can't even. No logic. They can't even do that. It's insurance purposes and stuff. They can't bring
No, but I'm
civilians.
saying like niggas acting like we shouldn't be able to say that out loud or something because his daughter wrapped up in it. Now, I mean, like Corey said, like we didn't tell that story. You know what I'm saying? Like
He can put his daughter in some bullshit. His daughter be like, "Daddy, don't be lying on me like that. I
to be honest with you, I don't. And it feel weird as if I can't make the observation that it sounds strange to me. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I'm not trying to say nothing bad about the man.
Hey, listen, Logic.
It just sounds
I'm talking about him.
likely to me that the police called me up. And was
That's
like,
how
hey,
they flip it. That's how they make sure you can't say nothing though, Logic. All
They
you
might
gotta
as
do
well.
is I can say the wildest shit. All I gotta do is make it about my daughter, and then y'all gotta shut the fuck up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was
They
wild.
might as well give him a gun, right? At that point,
Can make a video of somebody walking somebody out of the bodega, boy.
Yeah, it's wild. It was some guy shoplifting
John
in
Wright,
Macy's.
he had needed a temporary badge number and some insurance to do some shit like that.
Listen, he did say he got
honorary, at least an honorary
a waiver.
He would have had at least be an honorary police chief.
Listen, man, he got deputized, man. Y'all fucking story up.
He got
deputized. Yeah, he got deputized. And then, you know what I'm saying? You seen a Wild Wild West movie. Come on now. Deputize him, and then he was able to get a gun in the bag.
Right there in the office, huh?
I know they never tell these niggas shit. I know they never tell these niggas nothing. I never tell these niggas a goddamn thing. If I go through something, I'm just gonna go through it. You niggas will never know. My God.
Yeah. I would have listened. I would have just said, listen, man, y'all took too long, bro. I had something to do that day, bro. It is what it is. When you start getting outlandish stories,
Straight up. Nigga like Corey is
tell me you had something to do. Even if it was a scheme, right? All you gotta tell me is
Well,
if
here's the thing,
it was a thing, you can just tell me you had something to do. That's it.
Listen,
You don't
here's
have
the
to
thing.
tell me about
Here's the thing, Corey. You ever had, and there's certain stories, right? You ever had a story that's so outlandish, but it's true, but you won't even tell it because he won't believe you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is one of them things, man. You got to know. You know what? I'm gonna say I didn't want to go because you ain't gonna believe the reason why. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna get that nigga. Whatever.
just saying, if anybody is familiar
know the reason, they just be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Well, Corey, if you're familiar with any of those crime shows, the more details you give, the more guilty you are.
Right,
I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. Shut the fuck up. Like innocent people don't fucking give a whole lot of details. You ain't got to. Like yeah. If you ain't lying, you ain't telling every piece of the fucking story.
Once you get past 300 words, you lying, bro. I promise. Truth is quick.
Peace to everybody. I'm out of here, man. Y'all making me cry.
All right, bro. Said I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh, niggas crazy. Yeah, but hey, Chef, we need to do a show. Is some pseudos redeemable? We need to do that, Chef, because you niggas is tough. Y'all the toughest crowd I ever met in my life, boy. But
man, y'all got me curious about what the all right now. Have a good one.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about folks. Yeah.
Okay.
I want y'all to now I'm curious now what the chronology of the Bible's about, man. I got me curious. What the hell is that even about? What's the book about? Chronology of the Bible. Like what is it?
About the Bible.
No, I'm saying what about the chronology? Like is it off? Like what
it's about how
I can't trust you on one thing, I can't trust you on another thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's about how they stole ideas of the Bible, Egypt, right? Because
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, all right.
Egypt is much older than the Bible. Is the point that
Oh,
they're trying
okay.
to make?
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
Like
makes
with
sense.
Stolen Legacy. I think did Stolen Legacy come before that, or did George Jim James?
I'm not sure. I think Dennis first, but I'm not sure. I ain't gonna trouble it.
Yeah, basically, if you read the Stolen Legacy,
Stolen Legacy came before all that shit.
Oh, did it? Yeah. George Jim James. So Dr. Ben ain't doing nothing but regurgitating George Jim James.
So he doing like kind of like doing like basically like he doing like a Gerald Massey type. All the archetypes, everything that you find in Christian, a lot of things you find in Christianity comes out of Egypt. So he lay in the background for it.
Basically, yeah. It's that argument, and like I said, and the fact that Egypt is older, is the mother. Egypt, the mother of civilization. He wrote that one too, didn't he? That was Dr. Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same shit.
Yeah. How you feel about that? How you feel about that? That comment.
That Egypt is the mother of civilization? Fine.
Western civilization.
Fine.
that could be my pseudoism. I'm exploring. That could be my pseudoism. I still got some of that. I still got some of that. I still got some of that dollar, that pyramid on the back of the dollar in me. Shit, we can't forget.
I don't agree with it. I think that's
a lot of concepts come out of the Levant. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it there. That's the best I can
Western
say.
society? No, Western.
Yeah, but a lot of Western concepts come out of the Levant.
That's an overstatement in itself, though, because don't you see like civilizations popping up independent of each other? Right, like they was over there in China and India doing their own thing at different times without no interaction.
That's a little bit different.
Yeah, because you talk about, I can see like Greece and Rome because they had like the Senate, and in terms of like their system, right? They went to like a democratic system where they got rid of the ruler type. You know what I mean? So it's like that type of backdrop.
So how does Egypt fit into that? See, I mean, when you do simple stuff like that, political system, and how could you dig what I'm saying? Like the stuff that's not generic, as far as pantheons. So when we look at stuff like pantheons, mostly all religions, Stone Age religions had pantheons of gods. So you can't say that, but then when you go to political structure,
systems,
their political structure. Like if they got something from, then the next thing you would go to, you would say religion, right? That's the most ancient part of your culture. That you dig what I'm saying? Your customs, your manners. You say, okay, we can throw that out. You dig what I'm saying? And then you go to their political systems. The political system of Greece and Rome wasn't like no goddamn Egypt. You dig what I'm saying? So what could they have possibly got from them? You dig what I'm saying? It would be
the influence of Egypt on Greek thought.
Chef Cavi's here.
Chef,
Chef, you can read. Chef clearly doesn't read, because when you read, you'll understand what they're talking about when they talk about information.
Break it down for me. Joey.
Talking about spiritual science is math. So if you read, you would know that, but you don't read.
Science, math, chemistry.
But you don't know that.
But the political system, we gotta say, is definitely Greek and Roman.
Never had an original thought in their entire life, and if you read, you know that.
Right? What now?
Greeks
never had an original thought.
Oh yeah, you do it too much. Yeah, you do it too much.
Show me what the Greek, what the
because I can already tell by how Joey speaks. Like Joey don't accept evolution.
No, I don't accept a racist motherfucker named Darwin who calling your fucking chimpanzee evolution. You can't call him
evolution valid. Did you know that was
Evolution
a direct
valid.
quote from Dr. Bean?
No, hold on. Is evolution valid, Joe?
If you're talking about
Is
Darwin,
evolution
no.
valid? Now the
If you're
selection,
talking
yeah, he put forth that. Now the selection, bro. That's Darwin.
You're talking about Darwin, no. If you're
Yeah,
saying that things that live have to change genetically in order to survive, then that is true. That is true. You must
what
evolve.
process? To the process of natural selection adaptation. Natural selection and selection. That's still Darwin, bro. You can phrase it however you want. It's still fucking Darwin. It's still
But
Darwinian.
listen, well, all right then, bro. Well, all
As
right
long
then,
as you
bro.
accept it, I thought. As long as you accept it, I'm cool. As long as you accept it, however you.
Okay, so maybe there's one thing that I would agree with.
It's like the dung beetle. It's the dung beetle.
And I could take one thing and still say the man in a general sense.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you don't got. Yeah, you don't got to like them. Yeah, you don't got to like them.
But you know what, Sosa? I've never read Darwin, so maybe I should go read Darwin and then decide if I agree.
No, all you got to do is read the Kepara. You need to read the Kepara, the dung beetle. You didn't see the Kepara in Egypt with the dung beetle? That's telling you that's the Egyptians already knew about evolution way before.
Kepara is a deity who's represented by a dung beetle. The dung beetle is a dung beetle.
Yeah.
You see? This is why
So
I'm saying.
Don't Kepara, isn't Kepara represented by the dung beetle?
Yes, but he is not the dung beetle. Ra has
Is you kidding me, bro? Listen,
listen, like that's that dumbass type of argument.
Listen to me, Chef. You should be quiet because I'm trying to explain
myself. Give him no Egyptian shit, bro. I tried to give you some Egyptian shit.
No, Corey. I have to tell Chef grown people are talking, so let us have a conversation.
Okay. Chef don't know about Kepara, you know. He don't know nothing about the glyphs.
Kepra is one representation of Ra. Ra is also represented sometimes as a ram, and sometimes with the face of a bird.
Well, I'm just talking about specifically the dung beetle part. I'm talking about the beetle part.
But I have to explain to people like Chef who like to accustomed to barbershop talk that you're speaking about one iteration and not several iterations of it. He doesn't know that because he's accustomed to talking to homies in the barbershop. So I'm going to correct him. Right. Then, through the window and falls down and busts his head on the ground. We have to That's what I have to say. And he doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's saying.
I'm gonna bag out.
You, Corey, you said something based on something.
You got the beef with Chef. I'm gonna bag out.
No, I'm telling you.
I don't want no beef. I don't want no problem.
I'm not gonna talk to Chef because Chef is not qualified to have a conversation. Because he doesn't. He's with a crew, and
he was getting me. I think he was getting me. I almost got it.
Have a conversation with Chef. What's the point of having a conversation with Chef? Chef has his view based on whatever his view is based on, and that's okay. But if you are not well read and you don't know, that's like so directed. You do believe I said my bad. Let me hush my ass up and go read something because he told me something I didn't know. It's okay to say that. But don't argue just to argue for views.
So sometimes Chef need to say that then, right? Is that what you said?
I love my brother.
He need to say my bad and back his ass up, right?
I love my brother Chef. But I listen to him sometime and I realize he's not.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
No. Sometimes you know what the hell he's talking about. But I think when it comes to Egypt, he needs to down a little bit and read some more. Okay.
I respect that.
Because your homies and the pseudo killers can't help you when it comes to this. Because if a man don't call himself, he don't believe in Egypt, he can't talk to me ever again in life. And then he calls himself Conquer Cat. which deals with darkness. So you can't tell me you have a name, you don't know what it means, wearing an ark around your neck. Tell them you're atheist. They can respect that because you know where the ark comes from. You know it has a spiritual significance as well as a scientific significance. So what you're going to tell me when you're walking around with a name?
That's a good one.
Right? And me and black, it has something to do with that. He don't know that because he don't speak the language. But all his experts didn't tell him you probably should stop calling yourself Uncle Check because you're making yourself not look too good in the eyes of the community. But we're trying to tell him that he doesn't want to hear that. You need to take off the Ankh and throw it in the dustbin and change your name. Because you cannot.
What's going on right now?
And I said it to him already.
So he teaching us that we need to shut up when he's talking.
Yeah.
No.
It sound like y'all making an attack right
I got that out of it.
Let me apologize to you, Chef, because I got a little out of hand. So let me apologize.
No, that was excellent. I appreciate that.
No,
don't apologize. I appreciate that. You was cooking niggas.
I feel bad.
Oh, you need to keep that energy because Logic is going to try to take your head off in a couple of hours. You notice I didn't even argue with you. I wanted you to have your confidence.
Corey and Braxton giving me a bad habit and don't like it. Corey and Braxton.
Okay, just so y'all know, I was in a meeting with him the past 45 minutes, and I just got back in here. So Corey and Braxton ain't doing the goddamn thing. You and Logic, we need to step out, have a meeting. If you see two icons in here, I'm in here. If you only see Jay-Z, not in here. I'm somewhere else talking. That's why I created a. So it's Logic and Joey. Y'all need to step out because I don't even. We're not prepared yet. Y'all need to step out and sort that shit out, please.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we do.
All right, y'all go to another room and at least get the questions in the format so I can know how to moderate.
So do you need to be there or just us?
No, y'all two go there and set it up, and then just move me into the room when you're ready for me. Just move me in there when you're ready for me.
You know why I don't like debates, bro? Because it ain't no point. It ain't no point system in the debate.
No, we're gonna have a point system. That's why they gotta leave.
That'd be dope if we do a point system.
No, we're doing all of that, but I don't like debates like you said when it's just some freestyle shit. When you're just talking and then whoever cheers the most is this, that, and the other. They trying to be. I don't want to be on some unorganized shit like everybody else.
I want to see
system.
a clear winner. I want a clear winner when the debate over with. Official. He won this point. We need a fact checker, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the replay, like we need a replay fact check. Because otherwise it's just motherfuckers just gonna keep on arguing about the same shit over and over again. And we didn't never know who won the debate. You know what I mean?
All right,
this way,
what we'll do is
we can tell a motherfucker like, yo, shut the fuck up. You lost 21-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't go off the audience poll. They be
no, we ain't doing that.
No, we ain't going up the
Nah, we going off a strict point. Fact.
You have a motherfucker that believe the earth is flat winning debates. He get points for saying the earth is flat because he said it with some charisma and flair. Nigga, the earth ain't flat, nigga. So then this is what we'll do. We'll do the debate in a formatted way where it can be graded, and we'll come up with the point system. Then not actually cause another show. We'll have people that actually qualify and know the information, critique what these niggas are saying. Like, that's incorrect, this ain't correct. And then that way we don't decide who won the debate tonight. We'll decide who won the debate after we critique the show. But here's the thing, you still need people. I don't know this information. I got the time to do it, but I don't know enough about Egypt to grade what
I can Google it.
Man, some of them don't be wanting to work. Gullah is angry blood. He gonna be fucking saying, why Logic say that dumbass shit? Or Joey's a fucking idiot. You know, I don't want to sit through that shit all night. Because then he'll tell it. It's like, okay, Gullah, can't none of them debate you. We get it, but they're
ain't it a fact
debates.
app? Ain't it some type of fact checking app?
Oh yeah, I could do that, but that's shit. We still need somebody to put the shit somewhere and fact check it. But then here's the problem with the app. the app ain't gonna have no context or nuance. So depending on how somebody say something, they might actually be correct, but the app will just say, you know, like earlier, Kyle, when he was saying about there was no studies of genetics at the time, and I keep hearing that argument, and
Yeah, that's a lie.
I just kept
It's
like,
just the genome wasn't fully mapped out.
wait,
But genetics was definitely already in the field. Yeah. It's
yes,
just
I
that
done conceded to
the
this
genome
argument
wasn't
so many
mapped into
times.
the 2000.
Yeah,
The full human genome.
I done conceded to this argument that the genetics wasn't the field at the time because I didn't know. And I just didn't like, I ain't even looking that up. I don't think anybody would lie
Yeah,
to me,
everybody do that.
that
We
way.
don't even respond. Look, we don't even respond to shit like that because we know they trying to make another point. So they clearly wrong by
But a
saying
nigga
that.
like
But I
me
think
had to
they
look
trying
it
to
up
make another
though.
point.
I had to actually look it up though, Chuck. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like when everybody say people are scientific, it's like I'm okay, smart. I'm okay. But I didn't know, I wouldn't know. So I'll just accept the person
You smart enough
me
to
as
know when
credible.
something don't sound right.
Right. So then I
No,
looked
you
it up. Yeah,
smart
I
enough
finally
to know when
looked it
something
up.
don't sound
I
right.
was just about to
When
say
your
he
red
was
flag
smart
go up
enough
in this
to know
community,
that one.
believe me,
Yeah,
you're on the right track.
And so Corey and Chef, I said, so did genetics exist when Welsing wrote the melanin theory? So my ChatGPT, after it got finished cussing me out, this shit said the genetic code was already being cracked. Watson and Crick, the full genetic code in 66 was deciphered. By the 70s, genetics was an established field. So when Welsing published the ISIS papers in 91, genetics was a mature discipline with decades of data. So it gets a little crazy when people be telling me these things because they believe it. Now, if you're saying the human genome and all of that, okay. But to say genetics wasn't a field, that's just false. It's incorrect. So it's like some of these conversations is a little disingenuous to defend your point. That's like, well, paper wasn't invented. Or reading and writing it had just caught on. Reading, writing, and arithmetic had just caught on. What do you expect?
Niggas can go to the library. So.
You know, but see, that's what started it. The fucking library and the water fountains and the hoses. The misuse of that argument is what started everybody else down the path of misusing libraries.
She had to take her daughter to the bath. Her daughter had to pee on herself.
All right, so the videos. I'm about to put the video up.
I could concede at a lower level than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I'm about to put the video back up from last night. Me and Hicks was fixing it. Corey, I'm gonna tell you something. I know you don't like being live, brother, but you missing. I know I sound like I be pressuring y'all, like, bro, Corey, you got to get Corey in on this conversation. There's a reason why I say you got to get Corey in on the conversation because shit, you got such a simple and plain shit along everybody's technical, trying to be motherfucking politically correct. Your simple and plain balances that shit out, and it begins to make sense. So yeah, we gotta make time to get you live because the way you broke that shit down, you don't really care if y'all niggas is motherfucking. If you friends with a motherfucker the next day, sometimes that's how you gotta talk to a motherfucker. I don't give a damn if we gonna be friends tomorrow. You did some bullshit.
Yeah, and normally you can get through it anyway. Like normally, whatever it is, it'll work out. It'd be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it'd be all right. Don't worry about it.
Hilarious.
This too shall pass.
Hey, did you get your motherfucking cheesecake, nigga?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You ate it already?
No. That's in
See, I gotta get it cold, real cold, you know. So I put it in the freezer, but I don't let it freeze. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm gonna get that motherfucker out just before it freeze, you know. And shit, I'm gonna go crazy on it. Go crazy, homie. I got the marble. So I got the marble, and then so I got some of the vanilla, and then the chocolate. And they put it all together like one cheesecake, but it's like individual slices though. So
Okay. Nah, they cheat us up here. If you want a piece of marble, you gotta buy a fucking $40 cake of marble.
oh
You want a piece of lemon, you gotta buy a $40 cake of lemon. They don't sell that shit by the slice. Them niggas know how to put the work in the streets and get people to buy that bullshit. You got 10,000 pounds of cheesecake in your fucking car.
Man.
All you want